Right now, you can save 20% off Truck Stop Load Board Pro for 6 months. The best tool for serious carriers. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to get 20% off Load Board Pro for 6 months. Need capital to grow your business or cover unexpected expenses? Rock Financial has your back. Whether you're looking for a flexible line of credit, a fast cash advance, or tailored working capital solutions, Rock Financial makes it simple to get funded, often in as little as 24 hours. No hidden fees, an easy application, and real support from people who know the business. Ready to take your hustle to the next level? Tap the link in the description to get started with Rock Financial today. Wish insurance was this easy? With LogRock, it's like magic. Real coverage appears when you need it. No tricks. Get covered now. Click the link in the description.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. All right, call-in show. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Let's get this roll call going out the way. I know it's the finals tonight, and I started not to do it. But I think the last call-in show I did was like the 15th or the 16th. And I know one Sunday was Memorial Day weekend. Last Sunday I was going to do it. I think it was the weekend for me to do the call-in show. And I was just like, to hell with it. I ain't going to lie to you. I said, to hell with it. I didn't feel like it, God damn it. So I didn't do it. All right. But today it's the finals. So I'm like, man, I keep putting this off. But all these people saying, man, when the next call-in show, I need to talk to you. And then I had to think, like, I don't give a goddamn about the finals. So a person who's struggling or need help, they shouldn't give a goddamn about it either, right? If you want to talk, some guys that's at work, that's running up and down the court, making millions and millions of dollars, if you're struggling and you want to talk to me, then that shouldn't deter you when I'm here. So I'm not going to postpone it today for the finals. Obviously, the people that don't want to talk, I'm not really concerned with those people. Not really concerned with views. I'm expecting it to be not many views because of the finals, but the people who do want to talk, that's been at me, today is the day. Shouldn't let the finals deter you or interrupt that. All right. Shout out to Julian. Julian said he want to talk. He got a story to tell. He been hitting me up, said he gonna come up and tell us about this $50,000 story. So Julian is here. So I'm expecting Julian to hit the link. You hear Julian. So today is the day. You can tell me about this $50,000 loss. Shout out to Rich. Shout out to everybody representing the crib. Okay. Julian is in the back. Julian on timing. Well, he was in the back. Shout out to Julian. Shout out to Rich representing the crib. Shout out to Craig Freeman. Shout out to Chris representing ATX. Shout out to I Get Paid to Wait. Excuse me. Shout out to Pippi. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to Sharks World. Shout out to, no, that ain't Shark World. That's Shark Life Venture. Shark Life Venture said, yo, checking in from Dayton, Ohio. Penske has my truck ready, just waiting on the title. Thanks for all your advice. Congratulations. Congratulations on your new truck. Shout out to Game Time. Game Time say, tap me in, coach. Game Time say, tap me in, coach. Shout out to Pippi. Shout out to the moderators. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications. Who else we got? Shout out to Valise. What's going on? Who else we got? With Slick Turbo representing that 8-Town. Shout out to everybody that's watching on. Are there anybody watching on Twitch? We trying to build this Twitch up. It's going to be a little difficult, I see. I ain't Casanat. I ain't DDG, but we're going to try. We're going to try to build this Twitch up. Shout out to if anybody over there watching on Twitch, shout out to you. Shout out to the people that's watching on Facebook. We got a few people watching on Facebook. Who else? Who else we got? Shout out to Goat Logistics. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to the Boogie Down Bronx. Game time. Say ain't worry about no damn basketball game, man. Thanks for jumping on. No problem. Shout out to Isaiah in the building. 5-Star Logistics says next Sunday is Father's Day, so you can't do it next week. Nah, so it's every other week. Every other week. Every other week. Shout out to Max, Fifth Avenue. You already know Detroit in the building. Skip the funds. Let's talk money. What's up? What's up? Shout out to all my people representing the D. Blake, in your first 8 days, who were did you get to get loads? Blake don't understand how the call-in show work. Blake don't understand how the call-in show work. Blake probably new to the channel. Hey, Blake, this is a different channel over here, big dog. It's a different channel. Just be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Hey, just sit tight. It's the call-in show. Call-in show. You did what I'm saying. Shout out to Kobe in the building. Shout out to Kobe. Kobe is like my number one mentee. Kobe is like at the top of the mentee list. I can't think of anybody that's followed the blueprint that has seen accelerated success like Kobe. Shout out to Kobe. I think we got Isaiah. Shout out to Isaiah. Chris P. Said, hey, Mark, are you selling a hustler's course on Instagram? No. Well, you see, I don't even post on Instagram. Now, you may be getting confused with the book I wrote. You may be getting confused with the book I wrote, The Hustler's Guide to Box Trucking. That's what you getting confused with, the book I wrote. I ain't selling it on Instagram. It's on my website. I don't even post on Instagram. I don't remember the last time I posted on Instagram. I don't post on Instagram. I really don't understand TikTok. I never had a snappy chat. I'm trying to figure out Twitch. Yeah. So no, I don't know. But I got a hustler's guide to box trucking. It's on my website. You dig what I'm saying? It's a book. It's a book. It ain't no course. It ain't nothing. So if you don't like to read, then it's probably not gonna be for you. It's a read. It's a read type of thing. Unless you got what's that shit Amazon got? You can listen to it. If you got an iPhone, you can listen to it too. You just got to go in your settings and turn on your iPhone or your iPad for it to read it to you. Shout out to Blake. We got Julian in the back. Give us a minute, Julian. We gotta do some housekeeping. All right, boom. Hit the link, subscribe to the channel. Channel post notification. All right, so a few things we got to get out the way. All right, so we got a few sponsorships. The channel is sponsored. After 3 years, we got a couple sponsors. All right, so the first sponsor we got is Rock Financial. Shout out to Rock Financial. If you saw the commercial coming in, click the link in the description, and they can help you out if you need working capital, business lines of credit, so on and so forth. The next sponsor we have, which is the biggest sponsor, they dropped a nice little hefty bag on the boy. I ain't finna lie to you. It's Log Rock. All right. If you need insurance, this episode of Standing on Box Truck Business Call-In Show is sponsored by Log Rock, your go-to solution for commercial truck insurance. If you're looking to protect your business and save money, Log Rock has you covered with fast, affordable quotes made just for owner-operators. Make sure you click the link in the description. Okay, to get a quote and see how much you can save today. Shout out to the good people at Log Rock for coming through. So you're going to be seeing some ass, Log Rock. All right, now y'all know I don't be promoting nobody. And the amount of ass you're going to see is because they dropped a hefty one on the boy. So we're going to take care of them over here on the Mark the Mentor channel. All right, we got a few little things that we've been working on behind the scenes. You got to forgive me because we still trying to get all that shit together. I am probably going to stream maybe once or twice more a week going forward. Been working on some stuff behind the scenes as far as new concept ideas, so on and so forth. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna bring up the first person of the night. He's Julian. Julian got a story to tell us. What's going on, man?
What up, Big Mark?
What's up?
What's up,
What's
man?
up?
Nah, man. Depression, man. This shit damn near broke me, man.
Depression?
Yes, bro, man. Like, I mean, I got into this, right? And the way that I got into it was I lost my job. I had a job for like 7 years, and I was gonna planning just on staying there. I'm saying I wanted to do like a little side business or a little whatever, but I was happy where I was making 100,000. I mean, I was chilling, house, cars, everything, 50,000 in my bank account all the time, and then I was chilling. So something I did something stupid, and I lost that job like at the blink, like in a snap, because I did something dumb. So what ended up happening was um one of my friends from back in the day, he had his own box truck,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the type of I'm gonna admit it right now before you get on my ass. I'm gonna admit it. I
What?
I was what I was doing was I was relying on him to give me, since he's already in the game, he's already doing it. I'm thinking in my head, hey, he already done it. He seems to be successful, but he was only telling me part of the story all the time.
Oh,
But I learned that later on. He was only giving me half of the story. You know what I mean? So basically, he hypes me up. He tells me, "Yo, get in this box truck." Da, 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 da. He's like, "I think that you should rent." He's like, "When you rent a box truck, you don't have to pay for the fixes. I mean, the maintenance." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. That sounds
Take a few steps back to go
you ain't
for
get.
yeah." So so yeah, he's like, "Yeah, you don't got to pay for the maintenance if you do it like this." He's like, "You don't even got to drive the truck if you put two drivers in there." He's like, um you can make around 4K a month or whatever, because they never have to stop driving, because they could just switch on and off. You know what I'm saying? Like what, like with the whole the ELD, like the whole you they could just switch on and off. They never have to stop driving and all that, right? And I'm like, so he's feeding all this to me, and I'm like, all right. And I see him, and he got a house in Atlanta. He got a nice car, he got everything. And I'm like, okay, so he must know what he's talking about. I'm gonna learn as I go. That's what I thought. I'm gonna learn as I go. I got put on to you a little late. I found out about you, but I didn't really look into too much of the videos or nothing like that. I thought I had a standby, like a mentor right now. I had a guy who's in the field, and I'm like, he's gonna push me in the right direction. I know him. We're gonna be good. Right. So yeah, so I start off paying two guys. They want 800 a week. I'm paying them 800 a week. He's this my friend. He's sending these people to Florida. He's sending these people all different type of places, right? And I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania, so I'm up near Philly. I'm like, I say like an hour from Philly, so I'm from Reading, PA. Now looking back on it now, he was sending us to Florida from Reading, PA for $1,300, $1,200. Um, I started looking at the numbers and all that. I'm like, damn. Every time I get this statement from Penske. Damn, I'm paying like 4,000 a month on this Penske truck. Then I got to pay these guys 800 a week each. I'm like, yo, this is going. I'm losing money. I'm not making no money. I'm losing money. So I'm like, yo, I thought you said blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah. He's like, you got to give it some time to work out, whatever, blah blah blah. So I'm like, yo, I can't afford these guys no more. I'm gonna hop in the truck myself. I hop in the truck. So I'm driving. He's still sending me to Florida and stuff. And I'm finding out there ain't nothing. You can't really get much out of Florida coming up to the east. Like, I'm barely making no money. I'm like, bro, since I'm renting, I'm like, why don't we do shorter runs? Why don't we do stuff to, like, we had some stuff to Pittsburgh, we had some stuff to upstate New York. And I'm like, the mileage, they're charging me less at Penske for the mileage. I'm like, so I'm making a little bit more money, whatever. He's like, yeah, yeah, but are you scared to go far? Is that what it is? Is you scared? He's like challenging me. But then when I think about it, I'm starting thinking, I'm like, he's getting 10%. I'm paying him 10% for 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 every run, right? I'm paying him 10%. What would you rather have 10% of? 10% of 1,300, even though it doesn't benefit me at all, because I'm speaking as if I'm him. What would he rather have 10% of? 1,300 or 500 to go up to upstate New York? He's gonna want that 1,300. He doesn't have to pay for the mate. He doesn't have to pay for the gas. He's not paying for the truck, for the mileage on the truck. He's not paying anything. He's worried about making that 10% of as much money as he can make. You understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you do. So, so then I catch on to all of that, and I have a conversation with him one day. I'm like, hey, how did you get as far as you got renting a truck? And he's like, well, I started off I bought a truck. I bought a Freightliner at first, and I had it for 2 years. I'm like, okay, when were you driving? He was like, around the pandemic time. So I'm like, oh, so now I'm starting to see this is how he was so successful. He owned his own truck in the beginning, and, and then he was driving during pandemic. So I'm like, oh, so the more and more I started, because I'm in my head, I'm like, he's gonna take care of me. He knows the ins and outs, and he's gonna teach me as we go. But nothing that he was doing was to my benefit. Nothing. And I'm 100%. I put this on me. I should have been more. I I don't know. Maybe I wasn't as serious. I was in a state of, I just lost my job. I was in a state of panic. You know what I mean? I'm in a state of panic, and so I'm seeing somebody who I thought was successful, but he didn't give me the whole story in the beginning. He didn't tell me he owned his own truck for 2 years before it broke. He didn't tell me he was working during the pandemic. He didn't tell me the house he lived in Atlanta is his dad's house, which his dad pays for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no wonder he could be so successful with a rental truck when all these factors were left out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. So in about, I don't know how many months, I had $30,000. Mind you, I still got bills. I got 2 kids. The bank and one of my friends stole $3,000 from me. He scammed me out of $3,000. The bank, my account went to zero. $0 after that. So that's how I lost the first $30,000 right there. That because there's a second part, but you can chime in whatever you think about the first part. That's the first part. That's the first part.
I'm listening.
So so that's the first part, right? So then
Hold
I
on.
think to myself, you know what?
Hey,
Mhm.
moderators. I know y'all see what I see. Hold on. Hey, Cold Shadow, did you drop a bag on Big Mark? Cold Shadow, did you drop a bag? You didn't drop no bag. You didn't drop a bag.
You tweaking.
There's people dropping bags on Big Mark nowadays. You just think you can't just come over here and think you gonna come over here and promote your little dispatch company. Hey man, hey listen. You've been trying to hit me up. Big, everybody know Big Mark don't really respond. Everybody know how to get in contact with me. It's one way for sure. And you gotta come into the Discord. I don't be on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. I'm not really active on those places. You gotta come into my Discord. All right. You just can't, but even if you have been trying to get up with me and you haven't, you just can't bombard and come over here. That's disrespectful, whether you've been trying to get up with me or not. You just don't come over here and you don't even speak to the host. That's like you walk into somebody's house and start to sell some shit and don't say hello. Where your manners at, big dog? Where are your manners at? You gonna come into my house, not speak, and trying to sell some shit. Don't let that happen again now. All right? Don't let it happen again. My bad, big dog. Sorry about that.
Now that's what you gotta do. I know you gotta handle business. But so yeah, nah. So basically, that's how I lost. It wasn't just the truck, but it was, you know what I mean, I wasn't making money, and I still, none of my expenses. I got 2 BMWs. I was, when I had that job, I was just splurging. You know what I mean? I was just whatever. I saved money and I got a crib and all that, but I was also spending a lot of money. I got 2 baby moms, all type of shit, right? So
You got a
what
lot of
ended up happening
tools.
was
You got a lot of tools, man. The terrible tools. How many kids you got? Two?
I got 2, man. I got 2.
You got a lot of
I got 2 and
tools. You got 2
a
kids,
lot
two
of
baby
2s,
moms,
right?
two. Yeah. You in too much trouble. Sound like you in too much trouble. You feel me?
I mean, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, when I had the job, I was up. I always had 50K in my account. I was
when you
above
had to
water.
when you
I
when
was
you was at the job, you was too legit to quit. You was too legit to quit. You got fired though. You did what I'm saying? Hey man, listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I, I
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I didn't see it coming. It was my fault. It was my fault. The company was sad when it happened. Like they were sad for me, but it was all on me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even blame them. It was my fault. And I always had thoughts of business, but it was going so good over there that it's like if it's not broke, why fix it? I'm good. I'm everybody eating. My kids is eating. I got whatever I want. I got anything I wanted, I had, because I'm not even a person, like, I don't need a lot. I just need a couple little things. I had everything I wanted. You know what I mean? And it was good. And then I think that's what drove me to make those decisions like quick. The first person, yo, yeah, I do the box truck, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at him and I'm seeing he's successful. He must know what he's talking about. In
Why,
my mind, he must know.
how do you figure he's successful? Is he still working? Is he still in the business?
Yeah, he is. He is. Well, so this is how I figured that he was successful at the business. He wasn't doing, from my knowledge, he wasn't doing anything else for money. Like he had no other job, no other business. He has a pretty nice house in Atlanta. Pretty nice house in Atlanta.
Okay,
Um,
all right, stop. What do you consider a pretty nice house? Because Atlanta, like the South, is cheap. You from up north.
yeah, I don't know too much about the South. I don't know too much.
You can get
I don't know.
like a 5-bedroom house down there for like 250, dude. Like you can get a nice place in Georgia for the low though. And to us, that's low up coming from up north. But you can get a goddamn castle down there for a little nothing.
Damn, I need to move the hell over there then. Damn, that's what I need to do. Move the fucking Atlanta then.
Well, why
But
are
I
you
could curse,
judging?
right? My bad.
Why? Yeah, you can curse, but I'm saying, why are you judging? You're judging his success based off materialistic shit. Like you can't really judge a person. I
I
know
mean,
somebody else. Go ahead.
because if I see that you have like, I mean, you're right, but you not, if you're not successful, you're not gonna have a nice house. If you're not successful, you're not gonna have a nice there has to be some sort of success that you're having in order to obtain these things. You know
It
what I'm
could
saying?
be
And if
it,
this is the only
it could be free bands. I know a few people
and
that's in this business that's on the free band side. They can't figure this shit out to save their life, but it's not really costing them anything because the money they losing is somebody else's money.
mm, mm, mm. And that's kind of, so I didn't know that this was his father's house. We had a deeper conversation, and I'm like, yo, how are you doing so well renting this truck? And he's like, well, I started off the first 2 years, I started off with my own truck. I had a Freightliner. And I'm like, okay. He was also working during the pandemic, which I later found out was like the highest time of like box trucking. So these things, he didn't tell me these things in the beginning. It, I kind of feel like he just wanted me to run under his authority or dispatch for me. He just wanted to make money off of me, basically. And the last 2 to 3 runs that we did, he didn't pay me. He kept that money. He kept the money. He probably owes me like $4,000, $3,000 to $4,000. He just
You
took me for a
tweaking.
ride.
Where? How you know this guy? How you know this
He,
guy?
oh man, I know him from my hood. He was a I don't want to talk too much, but he was
Chris,
a real street guy. He was a really real street, like for real, like he will pop
okay,
you. Like he
and are you a real street guy?
no, I was a
Good. Well, then
party. I was
he did what. Listen, he did what he was supposed to do. On the guy, he did what he was supposed to do. What you intermingling with street guys for? And you not a street guy, and you didn't come
my
up with
whole
him.
life.
He gonna take advantage of you. You are an example of what I talk about all the time. I'm glad you're up here. You're an example. See, I know this shit. I'm from a big city. You dig what I'm saying? But middle Americans don't understand shit like this happens every day. Nobody has your best interest. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a fact.
Because you didn't
That's a
even.
fact.
I'm listening to the story and I'm like, in my head, you want me to say something. I'm saying something in my head, but I'm waiting to the end. Like you was a stain from the beginning.
Damn.
Yeah, you was a stain, big dog.
He's seen. And
Yeah.
you know what I think about it. When I had that job and I was secure, I never made these desperate moves. I really feel like a lot of it stems from me losing that job and going into panic mode. That's what I feel like because I'm not a street dude, but I've been around. Like I've been in the street. I grew up where I grew. If you check where Reading, Pennsylvania is at, is serious. But I've been around it, but I'm not a street dude. I'm just a funny party, like, you know what I'm saying? But what it is that I've never had to be in the business world. I've never had to do any kind of business. My job was clean, cut, simple, simple. I'm used to getting a W-2. I'm used to just getting paid, go home. That's it. I'd never been in in that jungle. I've never been in that jungle. And like, I I I I know he was a street dude and all his friends are street and so but I don't know, he hit me with this whole church, he's super in the church now, he's super and I started believing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, bro, he didn't change his
Everybody,
life and all this.
that's the same angle everybody use. Everybody use this church shit. That's to lighten you up. You know what I'm saying? Light you up, make you feel like that they're a good, trustworthy person. First of all, you never do. Let me tell you something, big dog. How old are you?
I'm 37.
All right. One, you shouldn't be doing business with someone you just knew from back in the day. All right. Besides business, you don't even rekindle something that was back in the day. You and this guy could have been friends 20 years ago, lost contact, and ran into each other again. Even though y'all was good friends 20 years ago, you don't know what the fuck dude been on the past 20 years. He could have been a good guy
So
20 years ago, but in the past 20 years, life could have got to life, and now this dude is one of them guys. And now the
that's
whole time you being plotted on because you don't know what the last 20 years of this dude's life been like.
it's true.
You dig what I'm saying? So guys like that, now I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I'm keeping it a buck with you. They smell food. Everybody is opportunity, bro. And if you don't understand that, which you didn't, you became food. You don't do business. You don't rekindle shit with a motherfucker that you've lost contact with. Period. You don't know what this motherfucker has been doing. Motherfucker set you up the whole time.
Whole time, right? Yeah.
This month down in Atlanta, you way up in PA.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see
Yep.
what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, man. Hey, shit, man. Like, because, well, like, not even thinking about it, he was saying shit like, oh, I wouldn't send you on any runs that I wouldn't do myself. Why the hell would you go from PA to Miami for $1,300? How would you
Bro,
do that?
listen. When you start a business, it's your responsibility for the success of it. I'm not putting my trust in no other man, bro. I don't give a fuck who he is, especially somebody that I knew from back in the day, but we really wasn't cool, and we just happened
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
run it. Like, I don't like, bro. What makes you think Buddy Ass a good business person? What references have you checked? You're judging, you're measuring his success off of a house and a truck.
No, you want to know what reference I had? You want to know what reference I had? The
Yeah.
other dude that I was running with, he's the one that I said stole $4,000 from me. He's the one that put me on the dude.
Oh yeah,
I already
you
knew
was
who he was.
yeah. Hold on, buddy. I gotta get some shit together.
Goofy as hell.
Man, you was a stain. Yeah, they seeing you coming. Listen. They put it together. They put the play together. They say, "Oh, boy, we got us one. Sweet as hell. We got us a sweet one. Yeah, we going finesse her. Yeah, they saw you coming, big dog. Yep. That's all
100%.
that was.
And I love
You said they from Philly.
the one is from my hometown. The young boy. He like 25 or whatever. But I knew him for like 5 years.
Oh, bro. You 37 and you trust a 25-year-old? That's all them cats in Philly. All these young guys, all they do is finesse, bro. First of all, if you 37, that means you was 31 when you met him, right?
Yeah.
And he was 20.
Yeah.
What the hell you doing right now with a 20-year-old?
Oh, hooping, basketball.
Okay, so what makes you at 37 thinking a 25-year-old? And I you know me on this channel, I jay down on these shorties all the time. They don't like it. Fuck them. Well, at 37, what makes you think a 25-year-old can help you?
I'm gonna tell you. So he wasn't. It's not that I thought he could help me. This is what I thought. Right? He was driving box truck for this guy before. He was. So what I thought in my head was, they know the business more than I do. They know even if he's 25 years old, he's been involved in this. I've never been involved in this. And now he's putting me on to his big dog. You feel me? The person who's been doing it for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying?
Pandemic babies ain't years and years and years, big dog. A pandemic baby don't really know shit. These are the motherfuckers still running around here talking about they can't wait for the rates to get back. Anybody that came in during the pandemic, they're really learning the industry right now. That shit that happened in the pandemic, that was like a wet dream. That
was like
for 2-3 years. That was a dream that lasted for a couple years. This is their real entry into this business. What they're dealing with now. This is what's gonna tell the test of time. This is what's gonna either make you or break you. This shit right here, this is the industry. This shit right now. That shit then, you can't say, oh, well, everybody was doing. You could be blind and make money in the pandemic.
Okay.
You didn't have to know your cost. You didn't have to know your cost per mile. You didn't have to know nothing. And I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying it was that sweet.
The margin was so big.
Well, right. So you couldn't. It was damn near impossible at that particular time to lose, right?
Wow.
So you can't say really they rookies, to be honest with you. You dig what I'm saying? Because me personally, I don't count 2020, 2021, 2022. You dig? I don't count those years. You can't measure a person based on those years if they really him or not. Right?
See?
So,
and this is
go ahead.
This is me not knowing. This is me thinking, me seeing the success, him telling me numbers from 2021, 20 pandemic years. And I'm like, damn, you made that much money. And he like, yeah, and blasey. And it was ultimately, it's my fault because I didn't do the research. But I thought that I seen success, you know what I'm saying, from what he's showing me, from what he's whatever. And I'm thinking in my head, I didn't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know about this whole, that the pandemic was the reason why all these people was making that money those years or whatever. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm in good hands. I will learn as I go. I will be his understudy and I'll learn as I go. And little did I know, man, I was getting My ass beat left and right.
Yeah, they was
Ass
robbing
beat.
you.
Lost
They
30.
set you up, big dog. That was a
I
setup.
lost like I lost like 30K. 30K. But you know what's crazy? That ain't even the most. That ain't. There's more. There's a second half.
Talk to me.
So what ended up happening is, so I learned. So I go back and I learn from the shit. And I'm like, first of all, renting is not the way. Like, I will never rent a truck ever in life. I be hearing that if you have a fleet or something, and maybe that's that, you know what I mean? Like, or like if it's like a short term, one of your trucks is down for a couple of weeks or whatever, then that's like the only way you really should rent. But renting, do not, I don't even understand. How can you make money? The people who rent out there, how do y'all make money? That's what I want to know. How do you do it? Because with me, I mean, I understand that he was also sending me on dummy missions. He was sending me to Florida. He was sending me to Texas for $1,200. And I'm like, what? $1,300, $1,400. I'm like,
What
to
was your
me,
what was your operating cost? Were you doing your cost per mile, or you were just
I,
entrusting him?
I was entrusting him. Yes,
Uh,
I was entrusting.
I appreciate you, big dog, for I mean, to
Being
me
honest, I knew
that's some goofy shit, big dog.
it, it
That's
is.
some
Not,
that's some old goofy ass shit.
Goofy as hell.
Yeah, that's some goofy shit, big dog. You too old for that. Yeah, you too old for
I'm
that,
too
dog.
old, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
right,
yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. You too old for that.
I just felt like I know a lot of it was, man, my head was not, I was not in the right headspace. I was so desperate for something. I was so desperate. And then like him
Ain't no
being there, I was
excuse.
like, whatever. Yeah.
Ain't no excuse.
Yeah,
But what's
you're
the
right.
what's the what's the what's the you said that ain't the good part. What's the good
Oh, okay.
part though?
So I mean, there's just more to it. So basically I sit back and I go, you know what? Like, yeah, I don't, after renting, I'm gonna do a whole new thing. So when I don't know if you when Trump came into office, everything shot up. So when I checked my 401k. So originally I had like 20,000 in that joint. When I checked it the second time, it went up to like 64,000 or something like that, close to there. I know I took it out and I ended up having
Penalize.
like 50,
They
huh?
penalize you, right? They penalize you, right?
10%, yeah.
Okay. You took
So
it
so
out.
I ended up with like 54K, right? So I'm like, okay, I got a whole new whatever. Let's jump back in this. So I'm like, this time I'm gonna buy a truck. I'm gonna buy a truck. So I was watching videos. I think I seen one of your videos when you were talking about an older truck. You were like, buy an older, cheaper truck or whatever. It's just less overhead. It's just it's gonna be, you can start making money quicker with an older truck, whatever. This is when I started like seeing
That's
your
not.
videos a little bit more,
I
huh?
know a video, but that's not exactly what I said. But I know what you're talking about. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. So so I hop into this, right?
Hmm.
So what ends up happening is I see a truck and I go and it's some Dominican dude and I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican selling it. And I love my Dominican people, but you do business with a Dominican, you do business with Dominican people, mechanics, any of that. Watch yourself, bro. Watch. I'm telling you.
Hey
I'm
man, what's
telling
up
you.
with y'all? What y'all what
I'm
y'all on,
Dominican.
bro? What y'all be on? I know you just said you Dominican. What y'all be on, big dog? Cause man,
You know
somebody
what
a
we be on?
Dominican just came up here like 2 weeks ago and he's mad at me to this day. He's all in my
Okay. Yeah.
comments. He's
He, no, I seen that the whole Trump thing.
yeah.
He's emotional as hell. He's he's leading with emotions. He's leading with emotions. I'm like, I want whatever makes sense for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you call me. I don't care what racial slur, and he's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more about like, show me, like the first time he came into Trump went into office, he started these things called opportunity zones, which it was easier for a minority to make a business in in
forget
a
what they call it, but yeah, I know. That was the first. That was the
urban
first
area.
term he was in office. Uh-huh.
Yeah. What he doesn't understand is this dude is being political. He's gonna say certain things to appease the people that are voting for him, or you know what I'm saying, or he's gonna move certain ways. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
you gotta look at what he's putting into action, like the actual. You know what I mean? Like what are the things that he's actually doing? You got judge him by that. You over here
Mm-hmm.
talking about and he's talking about deportation. Obama was known as like the top person who deported.
Reporter
You know
in
what I mean,
chief.
like yeah,
Reporter in
like
chief.
so, like so emotional about. I was watching that joke. I was getting angry because I'm like, bro, I hate people who are so emotional about everything, bro. I'm more ABC, ABC. What you know what I mean? What does it make sense? Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, I don't care about emotions, bro. I don't care about emotions. He's over here
Okay.
yelling and acting, and then he said he followed your plan and it helped him make just. And then he wouldn't let you talk. Just let the man talk. Just shut up. Let him talk, bro. Like
Okay.
I don't know, bro. That joint
I
get
I
me
I
for
just I
no
just I just wanted to know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no disrespect to him. No disrespect to him. He seemed like a nice dude, but it's like you have to let people explain themselves, and you can't be so one track minded. You can't be so focused on you when you're in a debate. You got to try to look at the other person's perspective, look at it through their view, because you might not see it. If you just look at it from your stance, you're never going to get what they're saying. You're never going to
Mhm.
understand what they're saying. And he just wasn't giving you that opportunity. You was mad calm. You got a lot of patience.
Yeah, big dog. Yeah. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that. But you said you Dominican, and what happened now?
So I bought the joint from a Dominican dude, and he was giving
Mm-hmm.
me whatever. Yeah, bring your mechanic or whatever. So this was my fatal mistake. I brought a mechanic
Mm-hmm.
who didn't really do much. When I went over there, he was drinking a little bit. He listened to the engine real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even drive it. He didn't really drive at the moment. I was just so excited. I was like, because he told me, he was like, yeah, it's a good truck. I could tell that it's a good truck. Just, offer him like $500 less or $1,000 less or whatever. And I did it. And I went through with it. The truck only cost 10,000. It was a Freightliner M2 2004.
Mm-hmm.
It had the cat engine. They got the cat engine, cat
Ooh.
C7. So
Okay.
so I'm like, all right, whatever. So I went through with it. Hey
Mm-hmm.
man, the first run, I went up to
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh. I got a guy that I deal with directly, and he got me a run up to Pittsburgh, four and a half hours away for like $860. Right, nice run.
Mm-hmm.
Went up there, did that joint. One of the hose bus, bam, already like $700 for roadside assistant, roadside. They had to
Mm-hmm.
come and fix the joint. $700. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
man. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go take it to these people. I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with the Dominicans no more. I'm gonna take it to a mechanic. I'm gonna go deal with the white people. My mom told me, go deal with the white people. The white people, the ones that's going, they gonna charge you a little bit more, but they gonna treat you good. They gonna do your truck right, right?
Okay.
So
If
I
you
go.
say so.
I don't listen. I go to this place. I kind of want to say the name. I don't know if you want, because I don't want nobody to go there. But I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Don't
I
say
don't
the
want to do
name
that
then.
on you.
Don't
Yeah,
say the
yeah.
name then.
I ain't gonna
But you
say the
went to
name.
this place.
So I went to this place, and it's like an hour away from Reading. It's all white. You know what I mean, like so. As soon as I go there, they not even looking at me. I'm in the front waiting to be talked to. They just walking past me, looking at me, grilling me. I'm like, okay, like what's going on, right? So they're like, you here for anything? And I'm like, obviously, right? So I'm talking to them. They like, yeah, we're gonna do a preventative maintenance on your truck or whatever, right? He
Mm-hmm.
was like, it's gonna be around 2,000 and something. I'm like, okay, mind you, I don't know what people usually pay for preventative maintenance. I don't know. I don't know what they pay.
Okay.
Yo,
Hey,
my,
bro, man.
yo,
Hey,
my,
man. Hey, man. We got to see the Kendra G. Fool. No pause. I'm just trying to figure out when people look at you, why they think you just so sweet. Like,
bro,
what kind of
yo,
shoes you got on or something? It's got to be
I
more than
don't,
just the face and the hat. Some. What you got on? Some
Yo,
penny loafers or something? I don't know. What's the deal?
this is this is what people been saying. Like, why does everybody like, yo? And it's beyond the trucking. I rented my house out, and the boy that was renting my house out, he works
Yeah.
at a place called Cart Tech. He works at a place
Okay.
called Cart Tech in Reading. They get paid $10,000 a month. The very first month, he was ready to leave my crib, talking about he got problems with his girl. I'm like, yo, what's going on? He didn't want to pay me rent. He ended up kicking his girl out. 4 days later, he sends me a picture of him slitting his wrist, talking about, I got to get out of here. I quit my job and all that. I'm telling you, when it comes, my luck this past year has been, if anything can go wrong, it's going to go wrong 1,000,000%. I'm catching no breaks. No breaks. I'm telling you. Zero breaks I got. So I go over there to the white folk to fix my truck, right? I go to the
Yeah.
white folks. I'm
Okay.
thinking it's gonna be 2,000, what they told me. They talking about 2,200, right?
Yeah.
So they call me and they like, yeah, it ended up being 4,200. I'm like, 4,200 for what? He said they had to tighten something in the engine, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I paid it. I'm thinking in my head, all right, we're done. This is it, whatever. I feel like they might have overcharged me, whatever, but we're done. The truck is going to be 100%, right? Don't you know, on the very first run, the truck starts leaking oil. It wasn't leaking oil before I gave it to them. Now it's leaking oil. I call them, yo, what's going on? Yo, my truck is leaking oil. They're like, oh, trucks be having little leaks here and there. Don't worry about it. That ain't nothing big. Whatever. Man, the truck starts jumping up and down in the middle of the road. I'm like,
Mm.
oh my God. Jumping up and down, all this stuff. There's no oil in the oil pan, in the oil jar. There's no oil. When I take out the stick, there's no oil on it. None of that, right? Leaking oil like crazy.
Mm.
I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. So I call them again. They're like, nah, we had cameras when we were working. You can do whatever you want. We did nothing wrong, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I take it to this other mechanic, right? That I was referred to, right? Spanish dude. Take it to him, right? Ecuadorian.
Mm.
He tells me that he thinks that the way that they tighten this stuff, it made a scratch in one of the cylinders. Made a
Mm-hmm.
scratch in one of the cylinders. So he's charging me $8,000. Charging me $8,000 to. I need a whole engine rebuild now. Now I need a whole engine rebuild. I need a in-frame engine rebuild. The in-frame joint. So with all the parts. With all the
Mm-hmm.
parts. So $8,000 for him, $2,300 for the parts. I got it. I got an aftermarket joint, but it's
Mm-hmm.
supposedly it's like some high level. It's PAI. That's the brand or whatever. So I got the aftermarket joint. That was like 2,300. So where
Mm-hmm.
we at right now? 2,000,
So
12,300. I
with
think
the
we at.
yeah. Wait. What you talking about? The 4,000 you spent plus another 2,300? You said
Yeah, I spent 4,200 with the white folk.
4,200 over there. Okay.
Yeah. So
Now,
then, oh, mind you, when I brought the truck back home, somebody ran into my lift gate. Somebody ran and broke my lift gate. On top of that, so that's 4,200 with the white folk, 8,000 with the new mechanic, right? Then for the in frame kit, 2,300,
so
right?
what we at? 12
2,300.
two. So 14 2, 14 5. Okay.
Okay, I had to call roadside twice. One time was $1,000. The other time was $600.
So what's that? 15 5, right? So we at
Yeah.
what? 6
So
16 1.
16-1. Yeah, 16-1, right? So then I had to take it to the machine shop. The mechanic was like, you gotta take it to the machine shop to get a sleeve put in, all this for the head or the right. So I took it to the machine shop. $3,200 at the machine shop.
How much?
3,200
3,200.
at the machine shop. Yes.
Okay.
3,200.
All right. All right.
3,000, 3,200 at the machine shop. So I'm thinking I'm finished. I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what number we're at right now. We in the 20s, I think.
19.3.
19.3. I'm thinking I'm done, right? I'm like, this shit is over. Okay, let me get this shit rolling, right? Man, they're like, oh, you gotta get your fuel injectors checked out. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let me go take them to these Amish people that I heard is real good people, whatever, right? So go to what the Amish ain't legit. What's
I ain't never seen no Amish mechanic shop. Where the hell? Where they
not
got that at? Nah,
because
they was working on your. They was working on your shit with the thing on their head.
yeah, they was. They yeah, they one of them things, Mennonite or some shit like that. They the ones that believe in technology. They them.
Okay. All right. So you took that to
So
the Amish people. All right.
yeah, so what ends up happening over there, I'm thinking like, a couple of my friends is like, yo, if one or two fuel injectors is messed up, you could just replace those two. There's 6 fuel injectors, right? And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, if I were you, I would just replace the ones that's fucked up and get back on the road and make some money. I'm like, okay, cool. Bro, don't you know they call me, they tell me 5 of the 6 is messed up and it's gonna be $5,000. A little like $5,300. I'm thinking I'm done. I'm thinking, yo, that's it. $5,300 now. So this is where I'm at today. This is where I'm at today. I'm, I still got some money, but it's getting tight. I don't got a tenant anymore, so I'm still got to pay my bills. And none of the other bills stopped. So like, yeah, like that's where I'm at right now. Now it's $5,300 that I got to pay for these fuel injectors. So before I only made money one time over that truck. It was that one run that was $860. After that, all loss. Loss, 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 loss.
How much did you pay the mechanic that you took to look at it but didn't look at it?
The mechanic that didn't look at it?
You said you took your boy a mechanic with you to look at it, and he said, "Oh, it looks good."
That dude. Oh, I bought him like some Coronas. I paid him like $20 and some Coronas.
Where you found him at?
He oh man. All right, so he is a regular car mechanic, like regular car, but he had his own truck before. In Reading. He had his own truck before, and he used to do work on his own truck. And so he told me that he knows how to work on diesel trucks.
Okay. I don't know, bro. Like I know, but like, yeah, bro. So what you gonna do, big dog? That's because you at
So
24.6. You at 24.6, bro.
24,600 plus the 10,000 that I paid for the truck. So basically 3,000. Oh my god. So this is what it is. Like I don't want to put. I'm down to like 16,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to like $16,000 right now, right?
Yeah.
So right now, um, I'm down to like 13 or something like that, right? So right now, I was thinking, I was like, everybody's telling me like, oh, is it worth it? But I'm already married to it. I already spent 24, whatever you said, or 30. I'm married. I gotta do it.
You in
Or
34.6, roughly 34.6, probably a little more than that, but let's say 35. 35.
I'm, I'm in 35, right?
And how long this been going on? When did you get this truck?
Let me tell you this. I got this truck in like November.
Okay.
So
It's
let me
about
tell you
eight
this.
eight
The
months.
mechanic, the mechanic that I took it to, the Spanish
Mm-hmm.
dude, he's
Yeah.
had the truck for 6 he's had the truck for 6 months.
You still got it now?
Still got it right now. He's been working on every other truck, doing every other thing. He
Well,
barely has any helpers.
Wait. When did you drop the truck off to him?
In December.
And he's doing the last job, the fuel injectors, right? So
He's doing he's doing the fuel injector and the in-frame rebuild.
All right, so and he's charging you how much again? You said $8,000?
$8,000.
Okay. Go get your truck, big dog. Like, what are you waiting on? Like, I'd have been when you got my shit. Bro, listen,
because
let me tell you something. Go, I'm gonna let you answer this. I'm gonna tell you what I need you to do, big dog.
Yep. So so basically what it was I'm down to like 12,000-13,000, and I was like basically what I was thinking, I'm working right now for my boy, driving a truck, a
Who?
box truck.
What boy? The dude
One of
down
my
in Atlanta?
No. This other dude that I'm cool with. He actually paying me. He paying me on time. He paying me after every run. He's good money. He's good. The pay isn't good because the way he went into business, he did it with too much overhead. He went half on a truck with somebody. Then he's paying 21% for somebody to find him runs to work under their authority and to dispatch for him. He's paying them 21%. There's so much money going so many ways. He doesn't pay. It's not nearly. It's not enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not. But I'm just doing it in the meantime until I get my truck back. So what I was thinking about doing was instead of keep going in my savings, pay the 5,000 with the money I make from him. Even if the truck got to sit 2 more months, you feel me? Even if the truck got to sit 2 more months, instead of going into my savings, I should pay with the money I'm making off of him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Does that seem
All right.
seem feasible? Like,
hey, bro, listen. I just want to hear the rest of the story, big dog. Where we at with it?
all right, so basically, that's where I'm at. The dude took 6 months to fix my truck. I've been talking to different mechanics. They telling me that's a 3-week job. That's a 1-month job, max 2 months. The dude held my shit hostage for 6 months. I had to go over there and damn near fight him. I had to go and
And what happened?
And that's when he got on it. Now he's calling me, yo, I'm almost done. Da 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 da. Do you? All we need is the fuel injectors. Go get the fuel injectors, and I'll be done in a week, 2 weeks. After I threatened to put hands on him. That I came with like 2 other people, and we's about to get busy because I'm so nice, Mark. I'm so nice. Like I'm too nice. I'm too nice of a person. But the thing is, like, if you're a person that you don't disrespect me, right? If you don't talk loud, if you don't get crazy with me, I'm not gonna get crazy with you. And he's really soft spoken and real, just give me a little bit more time. So we kept doing this until it just popped in my mind, bro. It's half a year. It's 6 months. And I went over there and he was giving me excuses again. And then I just started spazzing on him. I went crazy on him. And I got results.
Is this a true story? Because a lot of people in the chat start thinking this is a made up story.
It's 1,000%
really
true.
salacious. Go ahead, I'm listening.
My brother is on here. My brother's on here right now. It's 1,000%, a million percent.
Is your brother Kevin? Somebody named Kevin in the back. He's coming up next.
I don't know what his name on here is. His name is Brian.
I saw Brian in the chat.
Brian Santana. I don't know what his name is.
So
yeah, that's my brother.
Story. So it's a real story.
1,000%. I can show you receipts. 1,000%.
Hey man,
what is this like? What is this like the wildest?
It's one of them. It's
like, is this
I've heard some stories. I can't say if it's the wildest, but it's definitely up there. You called me on a cool night. I really would have been acting a fool, but I'm chilling right now. You did what I'm saying?
I was scared. I was scared. I see. Thank God the finals is on.
No, I'm gonna say some shit. Your feelings may get hurt because I think, bro. Listen, that's too many situations of getting treated like a sucker. That nice guy shit, you saying you too nice of a nice guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look me in my eye. If you feel like you too much of a nice guy, get out this business. Cause I probably would have did similar shit to you, big dog. I ain't finna even hold you. You sweet. On the real. And when people see opportunity, now I'm not saying I'm gonna take advantage of you like how they taking advantage of you holding your truck and shit like that. If we were competing in a space of competition where we're out competing for opportunity, yes, I'm gonna do you dirty.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't know what these people that you doing business with is seeing that, because I don't see you in like, so I'm like, okay, from the face, you don't look like you a sucker. You don't look like a square. You know what I'm saying? But looks can be deceiving. I'm only seeing you, so I don't know what these people are seeing that I'm not really catching, but they seeing something. They seeing something because you keep getting taken advantage of, bro. Ain't no way on the God's green earth. I'm not letting my truck sit in no shop for 8 months for a goddamn engine rebuild. What is you talking about? I'm giving them a month.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, bro, like 8 months, bro, I would have been done got my shit up out of there.
It's incredible.
Listen, if I'm coming to get my shit, I'm coming to get my shit. I don't care what's going on. Ain't no talking, ain't none of that. Lower my shit, big dog.
It's a fact. It's incredible.
I'm not letting nobody. It ain't incredible. It's not incredible, bro. It's not incredible. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of that shit, the lift gate situation, somebody hitting your lift gate, shit like that, that's beyond your control. Most of this shit in these different stories that you've told me, you 100% could have controlled the situation, bro. 100 gazillion million %. I'm not letting nobody dictate to me shit. I'm not counting nobody pocket. I'm not letting somebody tell me where to go, and I'm not like paying attention to, what it's costing me or trying to learn the business and trusting somebody else. I'm not finna just take some mechanic because he's an auto mechanic. What the hell that got to do with a truck? He's not a diesel mechanic. It's two different skill sets, bro. A person that works in Jiffy Lube that works on cars 9 times out of 10 can't work on a fucking truck. That's why they changing oil at Jiffy Lube, bro. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not doing business with motherfuckers who I don't really know from the hood. The shorty that you said the shorty took you for $4,000, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Do you even tell the story how he took you for $4?
Oh man, you don't even want to know that.
No, I want to know now. I want to know how you let a 25-year-old stain you.
I got you right now. So this is again. I'm noticing a trend. I'm delegating stuff that I should be doing, or I'm trying to take shortcuts. I could have went to some what's it called, to like a tax person or something, or whoever. It was with the LLC. So he made my LLC for me. He's like, I've done this before.
He
I
charged
do
you
this for my
4,000?
whole.
He charged you
No,
4,000?
this is what happened. So my debit card, he was doing it on his phone, right? I put my I was looking at him like, damn, I gotta put my numbers in your phone, my
What
debit card
numbers?
numbers.
Oh
Like
no.
the card, I had to save a card.
Oh no, bro. Oh, bro, hold on. We gotta hit some buttons. Oh God, bro. What? Hold on, bro. Where's my boy? Oh, now tell me that
Goofy as hell.
you put your debit card numbers in somebody's phone? A 25-year-old at that. The finesse gods. They got the fraud. They got the fraud Bible, bro. They
I
got the
know.
fraud
And
Bible, bro.
I don't even be understanding how to do what they be doing, but they be finessing,
You
frauding.
tweaking.
Yo, let me tell you something. He had a cleaning company, right? We found out he had a cleaning company later on. Guess what the name of the cleaning company was? Finesse Cleaners.
Goofy as hell.
Yo, I wish I was lying to you. I wish that I was lying to you. So, but this what I did, right? I put it on his phone. Don't remember the card. I thought that's if you put don't remember card, that shit ain't supposed to. You know what I mean? But then my homeboys, I don't got iPhone. My homeboys put me on to some shit where an iPhone you could go back or some shit like they showed me a way that he did it. So before I know it, I'm seeing Wawa charges. He's using it mostly on Wawa. I'm seeing
The fuck is Wawa?
350.
The hell is Wawa?
Oh, you know, Wawa's a gas station on the east, on up where we at.
Oh, so I never
It's
heard of
like
that
a
shit
big
before.
chain. It's like a big. Oh, y'all
Wawa?
don't got Wawa? Yeah, y'all don't got Wawa? Nah. So yeah, it's Wawa, right? Up on the east. Bro, this dude spending $300, 200. I think he's buying people shit from my card. He end up now I did end
It's a
up
gas. It's a
recuperating
it's
like
a
three
it's a it's
thousand.
a it's a, it's a gas station on the East Coast.
Yes.
He filling up tanks with your shit.
Filling up tanks. I did recuperate 3,000 from him though. I got 3,000 back from him.
How you do that?
I had to make some calls. Dude,
Where he at?
he in my city.
So he gave you 3,000 back.
Yes, he started a job doing some what's that job called, like doing putting solar panels up on roofs and stuff like that, right? And
Uh-huh.
I had to do something with a couple of people who had to, and then and he ended up paying me every week. We had a payment plan. He paid me back every week up until $3,000, and then he went ghost. You know what I'm saying? But I dropped it after that. I was like, you know what? Whatever. Well, he didn't go ghost. No, he told me he had his girl text me. His girl texted me and said he was going to prison because he shot her stepfather. And after that, it was a lost contact. He shot her stepfather. Or her stepfather, yeah. So
So
I
hold
looked
on,
at
hold
it
on, because I don't believe this shit. He
100%. I can
shot.
show you the text message.
Hold on, no. Listen to me. Listen, follow me, big dog. Follow me. He shot his girl's stepfather, but he paid you back $3,000 after he got you for four. Listen to
Yeah,
me.
he paid me back 3,000.
Follow me, big dog. He popped his girl's stepfather,
I get what you saying. I get what you
and
saying.
based on everything you told me, he gave your 3,000 back. All right,
Yes, he gave me 3,000.
because it wasn't you. It wasn't you. You ain't gonna do nothing. Them
No, I
guys,
didn't.
them guys that you put on, they must be them guys. Cause he wouldn't have gave you your 3,000 back.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He
We're
wouldn't.
gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it a buck. He wasn't gonna give you. He wasn't gonna give it back to you.
Nah, hell no. He
That
wasn't
must
gonna
have
give me.
been. Hey, that must have been them guys that be with AR Ab and them out there. I know AR Ab locked up, but it must have been them guys that be running with AR Ab. Because it wasn't you, big dog. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
I,
Yes,
I know a
sir.
couple. I know where I'm from. They get it busy. I know you, but you from
Yeah,
Chicago. You
yeah.
you
Must
know
have
what
been them.
type of. But
Yeah, it had to be them guys that run with AR Ab. It wasn't you though.
nah, it wasn't. Nah, it wasn't Dev. It wasn't Dev. It wasn't Dev.
Oh,
They,
all
but
right.
they. Nah, where I'm from, I'm a really nice person and I'm a really helpful person. So I'm
Nah,
a
big
lot of
dog.
people mess with me. A lot of people mess with me, but so he knew that. He knew that I got a lot of people, whatever, like that mess with me. So I was like, and I was even being nice about even the threats was nice. Even the threats was nice. I was like, I don't want to do this to you.
The threats
I'm
was
over here
nice.
like
You don't want to
even
do
my
this to
threats was
him.
nice.
Oh hell no, bro. Hey man, get out. Clear my line, big dog. Clear my line, bro. The threats was nice.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm playing with you. I was on his ass. I was on his ass, but
Oh
I got
shit.
the.
Oh my
I'm
god.
fucking with you, Marcus. I know I fuck with you. You funny as hell, but it was
Oh,
I was on his ass or whatever, and I was able to get 3K back. You know what I'm saying? So I chalked that up as a win. I was like, you know what? I wasn't able to get the whole 4K, but I got 3K back. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, but that's how he got me. That's how he got me. He saved my card on his phone, and I put when I was putting it in myself, I put to delete the card. I put the whatever option there was on there to delete the card. My friends show me, they like, oh, you don't got iPhone. You don't know that you could do whatever. And they showed me what he did. And I was like, oh,
He
shit.
saved it. When you put the card in, actually, you want to say this card info. So whenever you go to put something in, it automatically pops up and you just click it and it just fills in everything for you.
Yeah. And he had my whole information. Bro, I was out in Miami doing drops, doing, you know what I mean, with the box truck. And I'm over here seeing my account just go lower and lower. And I'm like, oh, I know I have more money than this. I know I have more money than that. Bro, something clicked in my mind. I was like, yo, it's this dude. I messaged him. I'm like, yo, stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with. And he's just like, no, is that we have similar card numbers, and we do have similar card numbers. But for you to put it on Wawa, you would have to add that card. You know what I'm saying? So you knew exactly what you was doing. You added my card onto your John. You feel me? And he was trying to say we had similar card numbers.
Hey, man, listen, big dog. So where we at with it, big dog? Because, man, this shit ain't looking
So where
so
we
good
at
for you,
this
big
right
dog.
here. So this is what I'm thinking, right? So by the numbers, right? My truck, right? I don't owe anything on my truck, right? It's I don't owe no monthly payment. My since it's a 2004, my insurance is only $643 a month. That's the lowest that I heard from what and I got everything. I got 1,000 cargo. I got the $1 million, whatever. I got all that joint, right? I got the
Mm-hmm.
full joint. So it's $643 a month for the insurance. I got no truck payment. So the way I'm thinking right now is, I did spend a lot of money up front, but when I get it back, I'm gonna have a brand new engine. Basically, I'm gonna have a brand new engine. So I just need to reprogram. I need to get right. I can't let people keep taking advantage or whatever. I gotta get mentally right when it comes to that. But when it comes to the truck itself, I'm also looking at it like there's a lot of there's some positives because I'm gonna have a brand new engine, basically 0 miles. I'm I only pay 600. My only thing that I pay for the truck as a standard payment, anything, is $646. That's the insurance. I think that insurance is pretty low. Every insurance that I hear people have is over $1,000. So my shit is 643, and I don't got a truck payment. I don't. So even if my joint was sitting, I'm not paying a monthly bill. I'm not paying whatever. And when I get it back with a new engine, I don't got no truck payment.
You gotta recoup all that money, big dog. So you're gonna need to factor all that into your costs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta recoup that money, bro.
I got to recoup that money.
You do have
I got
you pay for the truck up front, so you need to pay yourself back for that.
yes to
All
get in the
right.
green.
So yeah, you're in the red, bro. So this is what I suggest. One, you sound like you need like I don't know, you need a community, bro. You probably need to join my Discord. Um
How you join that joint? Do I
and
got to pay for that joint? Like what do I got to do?
oh yeah, ain't no more freebies around here. Y'all piss me off. Yeah. 3 years
How much?
and y'all just doing dumb shit, bro. So listen, I've been doing this shit for 3 years, and it's just I'm gonna keep it a buck. For the 3 years I've been doing it, majority people waste my time, bro.
I feel you.
So
I feel
like
you.
I ain't got time to waste no more, bro. With people that's just gonna do stupid shit, bro. So yeah,
I feel you.
it's not like to get rid of all the dumb shit. Yeah, you gotta. It's a small fee to get in there, right? And because everybody that's in there is serious. Like all that shit that you did. Like to be honest with
For the
you,
next app.
listen on everything I love. If you don't come in there if you still on that dumb shit. On the real, if you still on goofy shit, don't even come over there. You dig? All right. Now, if you want the right guidance and you want to be in a community of people that's helping each other, then I would suggest you join. You don't have to do whatever you want to, But you are a type of person at 37 years old. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, big dog. Don't get offended. I'm just going based off what you're telling me. But you can't make decisions for yourself. You need somebody to be like, no, don't do that. Yeah, man, that sound, nah, do it this way. For some reason, you cannot make decisions. You can't make good sound decisions. You're too trustworthy. You done went to 20 different mechanics. You judge mechanics based on their racial backgrounds and shit. Well, I'm gonna try the Amish people. I'm gonna try the Dominican. I'm gonna try the Mexican. I'm gonna try the white guy. And all. Like, bro, just find a good mechanic. I don't give a goddamn if it was a Martian. Find you a good, affordable mechanic. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Use technology. Google. Get references.
Hey, the white folk, they got a 4.8 out of 5 on Google. This is what
bro. Hold on. But hold on. Shit happens. I remember one of my cars, I forget which car it was. I took it for a oil change or something, and they forgot to screw the thing in. So when I got home, it was oil leaking in the garage. I took it back. The next day, they was like, yeah, we forgot to tighten up the oil cap or whatever the fuck it is. Something under the thing with the oil. So shit happens, bro. Like, shit happens, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Where you fucked up initially, you took, I don't know, buddy ass sound like a retard that you took to look at the truck because he didn't look at the truck. You supposed to take a qualified diesel mechanic that you're actually either catching them on their off day and you're offering them a day's pay. Not no $20. What type of value do you expect to get out of $20? Listen, I know crackhead diesel mechanics, all right, that I would have paid more than $20. And they would have crawled up under that truck and they would have gave me a full inspection on that truck. And I would have paid them more than $20. They would have wanted more than $20. You dig what I'm saying? You get what you pay for. All right. You keep going. You half-assing everything. You put forth no effort. You let a goddamn dude down in Atlanta finesse you. You let the shorty finesse you. You let every single mechanic from every single racial makeup known to man take advantage of you. Even your own people take advantage of you. The guy 2 weeks ago said Dominicans were these great people. We really support each other. You tell me the Dominican took advantage of you. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you're a proof of everything that I say. People going to do what's best for them. They're going to take advantage of you when they see the opportunity. People are going to absolutely positively take advantage of you. All right? Stop being sweet. Listen, bro, turn into an asshole. If turning into an asshole is going to make you become a more shrewd business person so that you can stay on top of your shit, then that's what you got to do, bro. Because God forbid you scale. Well, first of all, the way you've been running, you'll never scale. All right? You're never going to get to scale because you're not doing shit to be right in the first place. But if you ever get a chance to scale, you get an opportunity, you continue to do shit the way you is, your employees going to take advantage of you. They're going to take advantage of you every single way. They're going to be like, yeah, our boss sweet. You're goofy. Yeah, let's run off with the gas card. Let's steal some freight and tell them we was sleep in the truck and some hypes came and took it. They just going to hide their way with you, big dog.
Wow.
You got to stand on shit. You look like a sizable guy. You look like you about 2 something, like a big husky guy.
Yeah.
Why you?
I'm like 200.
200 what?
205.
And how tall are you?
I got some girls in me. I'm like 5'8".
5'8", 205, and you letting people take advantage of you. You supposed to be smashing shit, big dog. What is wrong with you? Talking about you from outside of Philly. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Right, man.
What is you talking about? You done let everybody from Atlanta all the way up to Pennsylvania take advantage of you. They just taking turns. They on some Diddy shit. He call in, tell you, take a break. Shit. Yeah, you ready? Yeah, I got Ron coming up next. You ready? Yeah. You sold yet? Shit, all right, you ain't so? All right, yeah, because we got flying Ron in. I got the Punisher coming next. Did the Punisher act? Fuck is wrong with you, boy? Everybody taking a turn with your ass.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like
Was you at the Diddy party? I hope you wasn't at the Diddy party, because everybody having their way with you.
Yo, you know what I told, since I'm Dominican, this is what I told my brother. I'm like, yo, alguien me hizo una brujería. Somebody did voodoo on me, bro. Yo, prior to this year, we saying how I'm a bad decision maker and all this stuff. Bro, everything my life has been smooth. This year,
Bro,
once I lost my job, it's been just thing after thing after thing after thing.
ain't nobody did no voodoo on you, bro. Ain't no. I don't know what you talking about. Ain't nobody did no voodoo on you, bro. Some of that shit that happened to you is just luck, bad luck, or
Bad luck.
Unfortunate situation. That shit with the lift gate, shit like that happened, big dog.
Yeah.
People gonna run into the truck while the truck parked. You gonna have a blowout.
Yeah.
Shit gonna happen. 98% of the shit that happened to you, it was because of you. All that shit you told me, you could have prevented that shit.
Damn, bro. Damn.
Yeah, all that shit is happening because of you. That's all you, big dog. Yeah, that's all you. I would suggest you probably just join the Discord, and man, you're gonna have to get you some understanding. You dig what I'm saying?
I mean,
listen, don't come in there if you soft, big dog. Don't come in there if you soft. On the real, don't come in my Discord if you soft. Cause I'm being nice with you. My way of coaching is really aggressive and there's no holds barred. And you actually need that. You need somebody to be tough on you, bro. On the real.
The thing about me is I'm not a soft like me. I'm down to get dirty. I'm down. Once you let me know, like we can cross. This is my problem. When you're so nice and I'm a person that let me know what time we on. Cause it's not that I'm soft. I'm not soft. I'm a person that I'm really nice until you gotta cross that line with me. You gotta tell me
Bro,
this
fuck
is
all
what it
that.
is.
Fuck all that shit, bro. Ain't none of that. Ain't no crossing no line. I'm not giving nobody no opportunity to cross no line in business because they gonna cross it. As you can see, you done told me about 30 different motherfuckers in the past 8 months then got over on you.
And this is turning me into an asshole. Like I've turned.
This is business. You have to be an asshole. What you talking about, big dog? And you know what? All these people that come into my live streams, that be in my comments and say, "Oh, you're an asshole," they're failing. They don't know they cost per mile. They get taken advantage of because business is dog eat dog. The worse shit gets, the more aggressive it becomes. When motherfuckers is wolves is out here, bro, the worse this shit get out here, the worse motherfuckers get, bro. All right? It ain't got to be you. You see what I'm saying? It ain't got to be you. You got to be on the defense. Exactly. Oh, it'd be a lot of people that come in here and, oh, Mark, you're this. Why are you? I'm not angry. I'm chilling. First of all, you a middle American, and people from up north, especially from the larger cities up north, we're just aggressive people anyway. One, but people will ultimately take advantage of you, whether they think you sweet or don't. Their intentions from the inception is to stain you, bro. This is the mindset of where society is at right now. They not gonna be cool with you, but then later on, oh, well, you know what, buddy ass sweet. Let me go ahead and get over on him. Nah, their intentions initially is to stain your goofy ass. Out the rip. This is where we at just in society in general. The tougher it gets, the worse society becomes. It's just middle Americans don't understand it. You a middle American. You a middle American. You see what I'm saying? You need to lose that middle American mentality, big dog, especially if you want to be in this. And I guess, obviously, you seen it. Everybody from the mechanic to the motherfuckers you thought was your friends taking advantage of you.
Yeah, I seen it. I got my ass whooped. So that's why I went over there on that type of time to the mechanic and I got results. And I'm like, yo, I'm just like off the rip, like with everything. Like you was talking about scaling, and I don't plan to scale anytime soon. I'm gonna recuperate my money. What I'm thinking in my head is I need to make 40, 50K back. I'm gonna have a new truck per se. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go hard.
Come,
I got to
come,
direct.
come in the Discord, bro. I don't even think you should go over the road. I don't think you should venture too far off. I think you in a good market. You could have a tight little radius. If you can find something local that's consistent, I just don't see you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't really see you. You don't have it that dog in you for what OTR entails.
I've been
I think
OTR. I'm OTR right now. I be going
you
2 weeks.
OTR for somebody else. You ran one
Mm.
load for your truck and the motherfucker that had it 6 months. You let motherfucker hold your truck 6 months for a 3-week job. What are you talking about? You ain't been nowhere. What the hell you talking about? You been OTR. We talking about for you. You let a motherfucker had your truck since December. It's June for a 3-week job. What you talking about? You been OTR. You ain't been nowhere. Nigga, I would have been when he got my truck. The hell you talking
Yeah.
about? This is what you need to do. You
Nah,
come in the Discord and we'll chop it up, big dog. But I don't think you
got
should.
you.
I think you should try to stick close to home, right? And
Okay.
then maybe venture out or maybe possibly find something local. How far is Philly from you?
We only Philly is only like an hour away. I'm 1 hour away
Yeah,
from Philly.
yeah. If I was you, bro, just based on this shit you told me the past hour, bro, I don't think I wouldn't. Yeah, I think you should probably stick close to the crib, maybe local,
Mm.
or run a
Yeah,
tight radius. Run a tight radius. Yeah, yeah. I don't.
like yeah, because right now they got me going from where I'm from where I'm at. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis. I've been to Texas. I've been like I'm a dog. Like when it comes to the work, I'm a dog. Like don't get that confused. I'm just my thing is I'm I don't know what it like. I do let certain shit slide, like you saying, like letting the dude have it for 6 months, all this, like. But when it comes to actually do, even when I had the rental, I was out in Miami, I was out in Texas, it didn't phase me. Like the work part of it, the working part of it does not phase me. I sleep in that truck. I'm never getting no hotels. I sleep on the floor if I gotta sleep on the floor. I'm a
That's
dog,
that's
but
cool. That's cool. But all that extra shit that you didn't do, like knowing what it costs, teaching yourself and taking the time to learn the business, all that shit that you entrusted in the dude that was taking advantage of you, none of that shit would have happened if you would have did all that. The work is one thing. It's all the shit, the back office shit is what's
yeah,
going to
100%.
determine how much money you make. You could work all you want. It's a lot of motherfuckers. There's motherfuckers in here right now. I saw one of them earlier. I ain't gonna say who his
Mm,
name is. He worked and don't even know what it costs him to run his business. Working like a motherfucker at a loss. Working
at
hard
a
every day, losing money, right? It's the shit that you do in the back office
100%,
that
100%.
motherfuckers don't do, and that's what you didn't do. That's why everybody could take advantage of you.
Yes, because I didn't do the work. I try to get shortcuts. I came with this mentorship because I'm looking at YouTube and everything. Pay for mentorship. Pay for mentorship. Oh, why take all your time out of your day to do all this research when you could just pay
Bro,
somebody to put it in front?
if
And
it
I had a
sounds too
person I
good
didn't
to
even
be
have.
true, it is. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. I'm 45, bro. I'm older than you. I ain't came across one thing in life that sounded too good to be true, and it was exactly that, bro. You too old.
Mm,
You're too at 37 years old. You too old to be falling for goofy shit.
it's a
You
fact.
too old. The shit that I'm telling you, you should be telling the younger motherfuckers. I shouldn't be telling this to a 37-year-old man. You damn near 40. You on your tail. You on the tail end of your 30s. If some sound too good to be true, then it is. What we talking about,
It's a
bro?
fact.
Anybody that's telling you you can start something with this amount of money and make this amount of money, that shit sound too good to be true. The only thing I know you can invest this little bit amount of money and win this amount of money is the lottery, but it's a one in millions and millions and millions and millions of chance, bro.
That's a fact. That's 100% fact.
You
Yeah.
know what?
And I thought
Go ahead, bro. I
I
got
thought,
somebody else in the back that's been waiting patiently. So
okay, my bad. Real quick. I thought I got two things. So this is the one thing. I thought that me going with somebody who I had some sort of familiarity with and who has been in the business since pandemic days, that's why I did that. It wasn't like he was telling me, yo, with $2,000, you're gonna make X amount of money. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it made sense at the time, but I didn't know the business at all. I didn't know it at all. And I just was like, yo, I'm gonna learn as I go with him. And and I
hey, bro,
learned.
don't trust nobody, bro. Don't you trust Buddy off what you saw, and that shit was. You can't judge you can't, nah, bro. That's just not how you gauge shit, bro. You know, that's not in
I got
business. Go ahead.
mhm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I got one more question, right? So I'm I don't like what I have a couple friends who have box trucks and they started a box they have box truck business down here, right? And they can't keep drivers, right? So I'm not thinking about scaling anytime soon. I'm like you said, all I'm thinking about is recuperating my money. After
Mm-hmm.
that, when I get to that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking now, I've never seen your videos on the moving companies or nothing like that. But what I see is people out here, like if it's OTR that I'm hiring people to do, I feel like there's gonna be less retention rate of me retaining employees. I feel like people out here who live out here, they're more liable to do the physical labor. So would that be? How do you feel about that when it comes to moving company, like scaling up doing a moving company and scaling up doing OTR box truck work? Who
It's gonna be hard.
who is
It's gonna be hard.
easier?
It's not who. It's difficult to. It's difficult to retention is low across the board. It's difficult to retain
Mm,
people in any niche, right? In the moving or the final mile, it's hard to keep people because it's really taxing, very labor intensive. A lot of lifting, heavy lifting, all day. You're dealing with inclement weather, especially in the summertime with moving, 90, 100-degree days, right? Second, you
oof,
feel
yeah.
the third floor, fourth floor walk ups. You know, that's a lot of labor, right? And you need fresh legs. You know, and most times we rely on like the younger generation to do that type of work. 20s, 30s, they're not doing that type of work no more. They have other opportunities that they could make similar money with less labor intensive work. Now, if you can find you some dogs, then so be it. But they have to be killers. If they not killers, then they're gonna quit. Then with the
Mm,
OTR thing, you gotta understand it's the same situation. We living in a different time. You got these dudes, they don't want to be gone from home. They worried about their girl, you know, all this suck ass shit. They don't want to go out and get their money. They worry about what's going back at home. They homies hanging out. They don't want to miss little foe in them birthday party at the club. They girl, they don't want to, they insecure. They worry about what they girl doing instead of chasing that bag. So this is what you dealing with there. You're gonna have guys, you're gonna hire them, they're gonna abandon your truck somewhere. You're gonna have to go fly and get your shit. So it's across the board, big dog. This is the society we live in now. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of opportunities that didn't exist when I started way back in the day. So back in the day when I came in, shit, people either you worked or you starved. There wasn't no gig economy and all these things. A person could just wake up, go on their phone, and there's a bunch of apps, and then they can go deliver food and go to Home Depot and pick up packages or go deliver medical supplies, right? So they can quit you, and as soon as they walk out your door, they can cut on at 2 or 3 apps and get straight to the money. So nowadays they got the leverage. See, back in the day, the owner had the leverage. Don't piss off the owner because me, like I've always told you, story. One of my employees came, he said he learned from me when he started his business. Man, fuck around and piss me off. You know what I do when motherfucker piss me off? I play with their money. Now I didn't pay them. I took them off my schedule for a week and let them think about it. But see, you
I
can't
gotta
do,
get.
hold on. You can't do that nowadays. You know why? You can't take a person
Mm,
off your schedule. Now the leverage is in the employee's hands. That's why you got motherfuckers coming to work late. You go into a fast food restaurant, You walk up to the counter, the chick at the counter touching on her nasty ass phone. You standing there, you waiting for her to say, "Oh, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?" She gonna finish her text message. The boss ain't tripping because guess what? We can't send her home. We already short 3 or 4 people. Shit. Matter of fact, the lobby, we can't even open the lobby today. We can only open the drive-thru because enough people didn't come out. You come to fast food places here, the lobby closed a lot of the time because they don't have enough workers. You can only go through the drive-thru. You see what I'm saying? So now it's been a shift as far as the leverage has gone to the employee. That's why you got companies like Nan, come and stay with us 6 months, we'll give you an iPhone. Come work for us. We got an app where you can pay yourself every single day. We'll let you cash out 50% of your pay. These are all incentives to not only get people to come in and apply, but to also keep them. So we're giving you an incentive to come in and apply, a daily incentive, but we're also giving you a long-term incentive to stay. Get to this 6-month milestone, we're going to give you an iPhone 16. Stay a year, we're going to give you a PlayStation 5.
Damn, that's crazy.
See, we didn't have to deal with this shit. Back in the day, the employee was scared of the boss because we held the power. The boss don't really hold the power like that no more. Why? Because employees are hard to come by. It's too much opportunity, right? With this gig shit, people can kind of freelance and move around. And then 2, the mentality, the mind state. The pandemic fucked everybody up. Now you got people that don't want to work, period. They'd rather just be a slouch, be a bum. You got the motherfuckers finessing and shit like they did your ass. They got the fraud Bible and shit. They don't gotta go to work.
Yeah.
So this is something that you gotta think. This is something you gotta think about, not to, deter you, but this is why those people you talking about are struggling with keeping drivers. It's a mental thing, it's a mind state thing, where we are in society right now. And then just as far as how technology has advanced and the opportunities that have been presented, right? Versus back in the day when I got started, none of this shit existed. Either you brought your ass to work or you was going to be broke. And you better not piss me off because I'm going to give you a week to think about it. And guess what? Back then, you couldn't find no job in a week because you had to go somewhere physically, fill out an application, turn it in, wait, call them. Hey, this is so-and-so. Did you guys get a check?
Yep.
Check my application? You wait. 2 weeks later, they call you, come in for a first interview. You got to wait. Then if you get that past that interview, they call you in for a second interview, meet with another manager, all this, that, and the third. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a different ball game now.
100%. Everything you said was, yeah. But you got to take that all into account. And like, that's why I feel like I want to be at the point, like if I ever do scale, which right now I feel like I'm going to use this as a way to build my money up. And when I get there, when I get the 50, 60,000, you know what I mean? I'm renting my house out. I'm making $800 a month off my house. I'm making cash flow off of that. Then I might make a decision. Maybe I don't scale. Maybe I go into another field, but keep the truck and use that as just my money where I work the truck, my money, but don't scale and just put my money into something else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe buy a laundromat or some shit or
Hey,
just
bro.
keep getting real estate.
Yeah. Let's not put the cart before the horse, big dog, because you haven't deemed yourself successful at being a business owner quite yet, right? So your first thing you need to work on is your whole mind state. Your mentality is fucked, bro. Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then I gotta let you go because this guy been in the back waiting patiently.
Got you.
You said one thing. You're a really, really nice guy. If you don't think you can turn in, or if turning into this shrewd asshole, because some people are gonna deem you as an asshole, you're gonna definitely have to be shrewd. Shrewd is the more politically correct way I should say it. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna have to be a little bit more than shrewd, especially in trucking. You dig? You're gonna have to turn into like one of them guys, or you're gonna be absolutely positively the shit that you've been going through as far as everybody taking advantage of you and you openly admitting that you've been taken advantage of from every time Dick and Harry pause. You damn near was running through the Diddy parties. You was, you know what I'm saying? Damn near. You dig what I'm saying? You gonna have to turn. You gonna have to turn into something that I don't know if it's in you. And if you don't think you can become that person, then maybe this probably isn't for you, or you're going to continue to run into the same situations, bro. You gotta smash shit, bro. You gotta be willing. And a lot of people don't like when I say this, but they don't understand. That's why I'm glad this story that you told. I'm glad because now they know that it's people that exist like this, and I'm just not making this shit up when I say this shit. You dig what I'm
Oh,
saying?
he's not.
So
He is not making this shit up.
right, so you're gonna have to transition your mindset into being more ruthless, and that doesn't mean you know just robbing people, stealing, and all that shit. That means standing on business. And standing on business means running your business effectively, efficiently, understanding what it costs you to run your business, not leaning on people and depending on people to do the shit for you, right? The time that you need to invest to ensure this shit, make sure everything is where it needs to be, staying on top of things, not being so nice, giving people your credit card and letting them take pictures of this shit. Like, you should know how long it takes to do a job. 6-7 months in the shop for some fucking fuel injectors is ridiculous. I'd have been when it got my shit. All these people playing with you, no, bro. No, you need to go ahead and toughen up, bro. Toughen up, tighten up, big dog. On the real. I expect
I
to see
got
you in
you.
my Discord, big dog. If
I'm gonna be in
not,
there.
good,
I'm gonna
good
be in
luck.
there.
If not, good luck out here, big dog. There's wolves out here, as you see.
I've seen it already. Now I'm gonna definitely be in the Discord, Mark, I mean I'm gonna be watching all the videos and everything, bro. But I'm gonna definitely get in that Discord though.
All
Definitely
right,
get in
boy.
there.
Appreciate you for sharing
All
your
right, man.
story. All right.
Appreciate you for everything. Yep.
All right. Peace.
Yep.
All right, we got somebody else. All right, who's the next person? Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? Give me 1 second, Kevin. Gotta run
All right, man. Thanks.
this mid roll real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, man. What's going on, big dog?
Hey, how are you? Is it okay for my phone this way, or do you need me to go horizontal?
No, I mean it's gonna come up. My shit corrects my shit. It's fine. You're fine. It corrects it automatically.
Okay. Thanks for taking my call. I love the channel, man. Your personality is like perfect for this type of work. So I found your channel probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I'm a car dealer from Utah,
Okay.
and I have a lot of friends who are in trucking, and a lot of people who I've seen make a lot of good money in trucking and growing their businesses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, I'm kind of curious about possibly making a switch. I have just a owner-operated car dealership that I run myself. Just a quick, just something I was going to say real quick is the people that always talk about starting the 5K box truck business. They should hear that last guy's story to hear about
Mm-hmm.
dropping 32 grand into an old truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, that's not going to work for 5 grand. That poor guy spent a lot of money if that was legit. But anyways, man, I was thinking, I'm kind of near Salt Lake City, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know much about this market out here? Like, I've been kind of considering or wondering about cargo van versus box truck in this area specifically. Do you think that's even worth getting into in this area, or not very good money out here? Because I know you're in like a really populated area where you're at, but I don't know how like that would compare to where I'm at.
You said you're in Salt Lake City, Utah,
I'm about a half an hour from Salt Lake City.
and you're a car dealer. You have your own lot and everything.
Yep.
So you wanna get into the cargo van or the box truck business, or you're looking to sell commercial equipment on your lot?
No, I'm thinking. So it's just me. I mostly just do the cars for fun, basically, and obviously to make a little bit of money. I'm at a point in my life where like I don't have that super fire underneath me to go chase every dollar I can get. I mostly, just try to pay my bills, which aren't very much at all. I've got a good amount of money saved up that that I could start a box truck business with. But what I'm thinking is closing my small. It's not like a when you think of a car dealership, it's not like you think. Like I probably sell one or two cars a month, and After that, like after my business expenses, I probably make maybe $4,000 a month after expenses. So it's a really small operation. Like I said, I don't need much. So I'm just kind of wondering like what your opinion would be on me possibly just closing my business and starting to get into this. Or do you think that's kind of not a very good idea?
You said something that stood out. You said that you're not super aggressive as far as chasing the
Right.
money. So I'm gonna be honest with you, like that right there. That's you have to be that if you're coming into this.
Okay.
Like you really have to, especially if you're planning on doing what OTR, or you trying to say
No,
local.
that's why I'm wondering if you think there's a way for me to do it local. Like I have experience doing like Uber and stuff in my little Kia that I have here in the garage, but dude, it's like on doing Uber, like it's a stretch to make $100 in like 5 hours. Like it's a grind on Uber. There's not much money in that, in my
What's it?
experience.
Are you? You're not in Salt Lake. You're outside of Salt Lake, right?
Right. Yep.
How far is
I'm
Salt Lake
about
from where you're at?
30 minutes.
What's the population in Salt Lake?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I would have to go to Salt Lake to get like local routes to be coming home because I don't really think at this point in my life I'd want to do OTR. I would be open to it in the future, but you know I'm just thinking if I would close my car dealership, if I'm just wondering if you think I could find enough money to make maybe
Well,
if I could make like $400 or $500 a day locally. Is that something possible out here?
here's the thing. I need to. When I asked you about Salt Lake, you said 30 minutes. You thinking that's OTR? No, if you got to go to Salt Lake, 30 minutes ain't shit. If that's where you got to go to get local work, I'm saying Salt Lake is because if you do local work, 9 times out of 10, that's where you're gonna have to go work. The metropolitan city is where the money is gonna be at. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So if you got to hike 30 minutes, then you got to hike
Right.
30 minutes. I'm in a big
Yeah.
city. So there's suburbs that are an hour and 45 minutes outside of Chicago. And people make that
Okay.
drive every day in and out of the city to work. They're sitting in traffic for
Right.
2.5 hours, right? So a 30-minute hike ain't shit. So let me look up Salt Lake City, Utah. Demographic.
And from here to Salt Lake, from where I'm at to Salt Lake, there's a lot of cities and a lot of population from here to there too.
Okay.
So like on the way
So,
to Salt Lake,
uh-huh.
there's a lot of big cities. Well, not your size of cities, but pretty big cities.
So Salt Lake is about 209. How far is Boise from you?
Boise's about 4 hours the other way.
What about
Boise's a
Provo?
lot. Boise's a lot smaller than Salt Lake for sure. Like
Well,
as far as the
so
whole area.
well, Boise got 235 population. Salt Lake has 209. So Boise, as far as the city comparison,
Right.
just those two cities. I don't know about the surrounding areas, but what's Provo? Provo, Utah. How far is that?
Provo, that's about another 30 minutes south of Salt Lake.
So an
So
hour
there's
from where
like
you're
there's a
at.
lot. Yes, right.
All right. So
And there from where I'm at to Provo, there's tons of cities the same size of Provo. Like there's probably 10, 15 cities between my house and Provo that are the same size as like Salt Lake and Provo. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
all
But
right.
there's a
So
lot of
so
cities from here to there.
so I would do a business plan. I would really focus on that market analysis. I would look to see what opportunities exist. Box truck definitely wouldn't do in this market if you want to stay local. You're probably looking more at like a cargo van. You're looking at probably like if it exists, which I'm pretty sure it does, maybe some type of dedicated parcel route. I don't know if Capstone is out that way or Waco or T Forest, maybe getting like an Office Depot or Staple route, which is not going to pay,
Are you
a
still there?
lot. Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me? Yo, you froze up. Oh, I was okay. All right, we're gonna give him a second to call up. I know it was somebody else. I seen it was a few people in the back room. I seen thought one was a woman, Sharon. I think I saw back there. If you want to call up Sharon, and it was a few other people. Yep. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good. Sorry.
All right. So Waco, T Force. You probably want to go to these types of places and see if you can get like some type of Staples or Office Depot route. Depending on
Okay.
what the freight looks like out in that market as far as the volume. I doubt if you're peaking out there where you're going to be making 400 a day, but if you can get maybe 200 to 300 a day, you know what I'm saying, off of that, and then supplement it with some gig stuff, at the end of the day, I would try to get something dedicated. So in your research for a cargo van, I would be looking to see what dedicated opportunities you can get for a cargo van. So T-Force, Waco, Capstone, maybe US Pack if it's out there. You would have to find out what 3PLs are out in your area that offer opportunity for a cargo van. But normally it would be like office supplies or medical supplies, stuff like that.
Okay. Kind of off topic, but I find myself researching tons of different stuff like cargo van, box truck. You see the power only people, you see the reefer and all this stuff. Like, how the hell are you supposed to know what one to go after? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different options in this trucking
For
business.
for a box truck,
No, I'm just saying, just in general, like, you could go do the full semi trailer. You could dive into that. You could get into the box truck. Then you got a lot of people talking about cargo van. Like, how are you supposed to know what one to pick?
it's personal
There's so many
preference.
different.
You don't have a CDL, right?
No, not yet.
All right, so then all that CDL stuff is out the window. So your options are box truck, cargo van. With your box truck, you could either go, if you're going to stick to a 26 footer, you're either going to go dry or you're going to go reefer. Not many people
Right.
go reefer, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not saying I couldn't go get my CDLA if I needed to. I'm just
You don't
thinking
want to
for
go
the future.
you don't want to go over the road.
Well, not right now. I don't. You're right. That's a good point.
So there's no sense of
Yeah.
going to get
Right.
your CDL if you're not going to go over the road, because that's 9 times out of 10 is what you're going to have to go do initially. You're not in a
Okay.
market where they're going to give a new CDL driver local work. You're in Salt Lake. If you were here, then yes, it's a possibility you can get local work and they'll put you in a day cab and you'll run from rail yard to rail yard running containers, and we're very industrial. But Salt Lake City, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be over the road.
Okay.
So
Like, I've had a buddy that he does what the fuel, what's that called, crude oil. He hauls doubles every day, and he's like, dude, you need to come do this with me. I make like
he make he
125 a year.
he's in a tanker. He makes a lot of money.
Yeah, and
But
he's home
but
every night.
okay, but here's the thing. They're not He's probably had a CDL for at least a decade.
Yeah, he has.
You're not gonna there. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
No, you're not.
You're not gonna get that straight in the door as a new CDL holder. You got to have
Yeah.
some experience to, you know, pull that type of, commodity, right? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he was trying to get me over there. Like, he was talking about, like, I could just go hop over there. Then I started looking into it more, and he's like, "Oh, wait, they said you need 2 years of manual truck driving experience." And I was like, "Well,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
we're going way backwards here." And then he's like, "Well," I said, "How did you get started?" He's like, "I started at Pepsi, like doing stock in stores that, like, I guess Pepsi will pay for you to get your CDL, and then you got to like go bust ass and stock the shelves in the stores or something like that." Like, I started
right.
looking into that. It's like there's so many different ways that you can do this stuff.
So he was a local driver, driving a truck, semi truck,
Yep.
day cab, uh, stocking shelves, and that's where he got his experience in that.
Yep.
When he got his hazmat and
Yep.
endorsements he needed, and now he's pulling those tankers. You
Yep.
know, so yeah, but you're not just gonna come in the door after getting your
Right.
CDLs and pull doubles and tankers. No, it's not gonna work like that. It doesn't work like that. So
Yeah, I found that out after him like talking it up so much. I was all excited, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you making me act like I could just jump right in, get started, and then only to find out that you need those 2 years experience basically with a manual transmission, and like my knees kind of jacked up, so like I didn't even think about that part of it. So I'm like, that wouldn't even work then because my knees all jacked up after if I'm shifting gears all damn day long.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've
Yeah.
got another buddy that owns a cement company, and he's trying to hire somebody they need a class B to do the cement trucks or whatever. He's like,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll start out at like $30 an hour. So I'm just thinking, do I need to go, should I do that and get my experience that way and just go work for somebody? Should I start my own business? Like I've got plenty of money to pay for truck and insurance and everything. Um, and that leads me to another question I was going to ask you. Like, I hear you talk about, like, what would you say is like the perfect amount of money for somebody to come in this with? Because I hear a lot of people trying to come in with 5 grand, 10 grand into a box truck. Like, what would you say the ideal amount is to where you can run at a low cost per mile, and stuff like that? Like, you could pay for your truck. Obviously, maybe you drop 30 grand or so on your truck, right? 30 or 40 grand.
You don't want to
You
go
know
over the
what?
road. You don't want to go over the road, right?
Right.
So if you stay local in your market, me personally, I would suggest you get a cargo van. I would
Okay.
go. I mean, if you finance your cargo van, working capital. I think if you got for a cargo van working capital, if you had 10, 15 grand, I think that'll be okay after you secure, your cargo van. Box truck, 25, 30,000 working capital.
Okay. Yeah, and I wouldn't even take a lease out on the truck. I would just go pay for it. You know what I mean? Like I've got a good chunk of money. Like I got at least 100 that I could put into a business starting it if I needed to. So I just
Mm.
like I wonder if I'm just trying to think of like what you would think of if you were me in my position. Like would you just stay doing? I've been selling cars basically for 20 years, and I'm just kind of wondering if there's a different way that I could come into this and
Why do you want to stop
make.
selling cars to come into this? I don't understand it.
Um, that's a good question.
To me,
I've
it
just
doesn't
done
make
this.
sense.
Right. I gotcha. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's a really good question. Sometimes it's just really stressful doing what I do. And like, every time I sell a car, I'm like up all night worried about what's going to happen with this. Is something going to go wrong here? Like I'm the most OCD person, So like,
It's as is, right? You're selling these cars as
yeah,
is, right?
yeah.
All right. Well, it's as listen. How old are you?
43.
All right. So you're younger than me, a little younger than me. Business is business. You should know this. If you're gonna be in the car selling business and you're selling as is cars, you want to have morals and ethics, and you're gonna make sure that you're not selling a lemon. You're not gonna
Right.
proactively sell a lemon. I wouldn't expect for you to knowingly sell a lemon,
Right.
but if you're selling used cars, something's gonna happen. That's just
Right.
you would hope that it doesn't happen as soon as they pull off the lot the same day or the next day. But something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't worry about those things. But if you're worried about shit like that, then this industry is not going to be any different. I've never, me personally, I've never sold cars, but I got a buddy that sells cars, and I remember back in the day I used to go to the auction with him.
Yeah.
And just for me going to the auction, understanding the process, things of that nature, to me, that industry or that particular business, and I could be wrong, I think there's less stress involved. You buy a
Really.
car, you buy for $1, you sell for $2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's peaks and valleys in any business. There's parts of the year. I don't know how your market is, but I know like around tax time here, that's when you start seeing those temporary tags. People get that little lump sum of money, they start going buying used cars. So it's times of the year where you're gonna make good sales. It's gonna be times of the year where it's gonna get slow. In this industry, it's the same thing, but I think with the way how this industry is, right, as far as the level of competition, it's based around economics too, like yours is, right? you're probably not selling as many cars now as you were selling maybe 4 years ago, right?
Well,
Because
I just restarted my business. Actually, I closed when COVID hit because I couldn't find any cars to sell. So I closed in 2020. Then I just reopened again in 2024.
okay. So I mean your business is going to be based around the economy too, right?
Yeah.
But you're selling used cars that, you know, people's cars break down all the time, and if they need a car, they're going to go get a car. There's people with different social economical statuses, I should say, and you're probably
Yeah.
selling economical cars that are affordable, right? Um
Uh,
if
I
if
actually
if
have
you could
I have a
go
weird.
go ahead.
I have a weird. So I sell Kias and Corvettes, basically.
Oh, so
So
you're
I
like
have a very.
you're a niche car dealer.
Yeah. Yep.
What vintage Corvettes or like
No, like C5, C6s, and C7s mostly. A couple
okay.
C8s, but mostly the newer stuff.
Why you just stick to, you said Hyundais or Honda?
Hondas, Kia, both of those.
Why you just sell Hyundai, Kia, and Corvettes? Like,
I
I
don't know,
understand the
because I
Hyundai
like.
and Kia, but where's the
Right.
Corvette come in at?
Well, Corvettes are my like I told you a little bit earlier. Like I'm mostly in the car dealership to have fun, and Corvettes are my favorite car. So I like to buy them and like tweak them out a little bit. You know, do my little things to do
All
my
right,
little modifications, have some fun, and then
all right.
sell them.
I see where we're at with it. You don't really need to do nothing. You already
Right.
told us
Right.
everything. You got money. You're in business for
Yep.
fun. Why like
Yep.
this? You do what you want to do. Do what you
Right.
want to do, but I think you need to find something that you enjoy doing. It doesn't sound like you're stressed up, you're not hard up, which is a good thing. It sounds like you're
Yeah.
doing good, which is a good thing. A lot of people probably wish they were in your shoes. I would, if I were you, I would absolutely positively find a business where you're going to enjoy doing it. You're not going to enjoy
Right.
doing this. You know why? Because you don't need to do it. So just like how you're not putting forth the effort in that, you're gonna come into this, you're not gonna put forth the effort because you don't have to do it.
Right. The weird thing about it is like I told you a little bit earlier, I've been doing Uber here and there as like a because sometimes it's really hit and miss. Like as far as sometimes I can't find a car to buy for like a month because I'm so damn picky with these cars. So I've been doing Uber whenever it's been slow. Like if I can't find it, because I don't buy from the auctions, I only buy from private parties, right? So if there's no
Mm-hmm.
cars for me to buy, then I don't want to just be sitting on my ass all day. So I'll go drive for Uber 5 hours and make $100 or something like that just to get busy. Like I kind of getting a little bit stir crazy. So I guess maybe what I'm thinking of is maybe is it possible, do you think, for me to instead of do Uber and make say $100 a day for 5 hours, is it possible to do this stuff part-time locally and maybe make a couple $100 a day? uh
I'm gonna answer your
like,
question. Were you in the
sure.
military?
No.
Okay. Take the money from Uber and invest 100% of it into whatever, into the market, something. I like I, with the investment to come into this, and based on what you're telling me, you just want to do something you just want to do something so you can keep busy. I think there's other things that you could do to keep
Right.
busy, bro. Like, and I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm telling you from someone that has retired successfully from this industry,
Yeah.
and you know, I know where you're at with it, right?
Right.
So you're not going to, with the capital you have, what you need to be successful, you're not going to be able to pull that, because you're going to have to pull, like, you're going to really have to go deep to pull it,
Hmm.
and it's going to pain you to go that deep, that it's not going to be worth it for you because you don't have to do it. You can
Right.
probably be better off taking the money and investing it, or running what you're doing as a side hustle and investing 100% of the money into something that's going to make more money for you than getting a cargo van in a small market just to get up at 4:30 in the morning, be at T-Force at 5:30 to load up 150 packages, go do 50 stops just to make $175.
Damn, that's what it's like, huh?
If you were someone that wasn't in your situation, I wouldn't be advising you with the capital that you have, and you're just already doing shit for fun anyway. Just continue to do the stuff for fun and take 100% of the revenue and invest it into something that's going to make you more money, even if it's passive.
Yeah.
Put that shit in Robinhood, put it in SPY, put it in VO, put it in an index, put it in something. Just take it and put it in something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This right here, the information that you're looking to give you, I can't give it to you because you're not in a situation like a lot of people that click the link and come up here.
Right.
You don't need to do it. You're not trying to build this. You're not trying to build a business. You're just trying to keep busy. And I just think there's things that you can do to keep busy where you can make way more money with doing less.
I've had some pretty crappy luck as far as like investing in stock market and stuff like that. I got burned quite a few times, but I was going into some really risky stuff. So I'm really kind of tainted with the stock market. So I definitely don't want to invest in any stocks.
That's why I said invest into like index and things like that. I wouldn't play the short game if I were you. You're doing it for fun anyway. I would just play the long game. Invest into some index. Invest into companies that you know aren't going anywhere. Just dollar cost average in every single day.
Yeah. I mean, I heard you talk a lot about that.
Yeah, I me personally, like, and I would tell if this was like my best friend or my brother, you got 6 figures capital liquid and you're looking to do something for fun and your current business is kind of like a novelty business, I would say.
Right.
What are you gonna come do this for? This is cutthroat, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I guess I'm just like trying to think outside the box. Maybe I'm just getting bored, and maybe like the last couple months were really slow. So I was like, damn, maybe this ain't gonna work. And then I just had I just sold 2 cars and made like 13 grand in like 2 cars. So I'm like, oh shit, well maybe I'm all right then. So I don't know. It's just really.
Why don't you start a YouTube channel?
Oh, I've got 2 YouTube channels.
You do?
Yep.
What? Okay, you got a lot of shit going on for you. Are your YouTube channels any good?
They're both barely monetized, but I've got one about opiate addiction and recovery, and then also one about cars and just kind of sharing my journey with the car dealership.
Focus on the car. I think that's I watched this one guy, Lucky Lopez. Do you know the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm watching him too.
He does pretty good. I would maybe document. Maybe you buy from the auction, right?
No, I'm too paranoid. There's too many. As a mechanic, like I've been a mechanic most of my life, so man, I'm so damn paranoid at the auction. Like people just try to sneak some junky cars through there.
So who do you buy from? Independent.
I only buy. Yep.
Yeah, you're real niche, bro. Like you're real particular.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know, bro. This industry ain't gonna be for you, bro. I would you need to find something that you love doing where you make money and you're having fun at the same time.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. All the years that I was in business, I can't say I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the money, right?
Right.
But I could tell you, you know what I'm saying, like the years where I was out in the field, especially during the pandemic when I had to get back out there as a 40-year-old man, there was nothing enjoyable about going up 3 and 4 flights of stairs 2020, 2021, 2022. That shit broke me, bro. So
I bet.
the money was great, but I'll be sitting here lying to you, say if I enjoyed it. I didn't. So I'm telling you that to tell you this. If I didn't have to do it at that particular time, I wouldn't have. Right? You're in a position where you have the leisure to find something that you enjoy and make money from it. And I think that's what you should do. Because if you come into this, you're gonna be in, you're gonna be out, you're gonna be looking for the next thing. It sounds like you like Corvettes.
Yes, sir.
Cars.
I definitely do.
So
Yep.
why don't you build something around like Corvettes?
As far as what?
Uh, I mean, I- you're buying them, the process, the journey, document it on YouTube. Um, do you build Corvettes out? Do you race them? What do you do with them other than buy them and sell them?
So I actually just had a guy today actually came in from Idaho. He drove out here for me to install a couple parts on his car that he bought from me. So I made money on the parts and I made money on the install. I probably could have made a video out of that or something stupid like that. Like I do have quite a bit of videos like showing me modifying these cars. Some of the videos I talk about the profit that I made. I bought this car. I'm going to sell it for this amount. Kind of like a janky version of that Lucky Lopez guy you were talking
Yeah.
about.
hmm Corvette is America's muscle car. That's America's
Yep.
car. Like there are a lot of Corvette enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Like I believe you could build a successful channel. Listen, if I was able to build a successful channel in a small niche and box truck, this is a very small niche. And there's people in this niche that have more subs than me, but I can maintain an audience, a bigger audience when I do live. I can get a bigger audience and hold them here for hours, right? So if I
Right.
can do it in this niche, I know you could do it with Corvette. There's way more Corvette enthusiasts than box truckers.
That's a good point. That's true.
So I think I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not in a position. You don't need to come out here and start a cargo van business.
Mhm.
You are in a situation where your money can work for you, bro.
Yeah, and that's basically what I've been doing with my money, just buying the cars with my own money, not taking out loans and stuff. And I just think the hardest part about doing what I do is finding good deals on cars. That's literally the hardest part about it. The cars sell themselves basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're doing it for fun, bro. So and keep doing that maybe, and find something else that you like doing. I'm not going to sit here and I don't think you should do it.
Okay.
I'm being
I
honest with you.
appreciate
You're in a position where your money can make money, bro. Like what you like this is you gonna come in to make a cargo van to make $200 a day?
that.
You
Yeah.
have capital.
Yeah. I guess it's like wouldn't you wonder why I'm doing like Uber for $100 a day here and there? Like, why am I even doing that?
I
I
know
think
why
it's
you're
just,
doing it. You're doing that to get out the house. Listen, I
yeah.
don't have shit to do. So I go to the gym twice a day. I'm training for a marathon now. I'm just bored. I'm running a marathon. I'm doing what people like us do when we're in our 40s. We don't got shit to do. I'm training for a marathon. I run a couple miles in the morning. I go work out in the afternoon. I do my little YouTube thing. I talk to my girl a couple hours. I go to the grocery store to get some shit that I could have got yesterday, but I'm trying to fill time in. So I'll go get 2 tomatoes and an apple. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing shit like that. I know what you're doing when you do Uber. And there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. You're staying active. You're getting out the house, right? You don't want to be complacent, but you have that entrepreneurial itch, right?
Yeah.
And if you already have something that's successful and you have capital, you're in a position that your money can work for you. You don't have to come in here and build a cargo van business from the ground up. A cargo van
Okay.
business is not something I would recommend anybody with 6 figures liquid get into. There's so many easier
Damn.
ways to make money. Like, bro, you're gonna come
Yeah.
in to make a couple $100 a day. You could be making thousands a day.
That would be pretty hard to do with how
No,
I do
no,
it.
no, 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 no. It wouldn't be hard to do. I'm not telling you because I'm guessing this shit. I'm telling you because I know.
Yeah. Selling
You
cars, you're
obviously
saying?
I don't know what your background is like. I don't know how you got your money, but whatever you did or didn't do, or you're maintaining it, and you're smart enough to do that, right? And
Yep.
I would definitely take maybe selling cars to the next level. You got 2 YouTube channels. One is based around cars. America Loves Corvettes. Like, bro, you should have
Right.
100,000 subs, bro.
Yeah,
You could be
I
making
should.
10, 20. You could be making $20,000 a month off YouTube.
That's I've actually there's been a couple YouTube channels that I've seen that kind of do what I do, and I've seen them grow like huge, like 400, 500,000 subs from like nothing. I'm like, damn, like they got to be making a lot of good money.
You could do it too.
I know. I don't know why I don't take YouTube that serious. Like I've literally, it took me 10 plus years to even get 1,000 subscribers and get monetized. Like I was just using it to store videos of like me doing car shit. Like, and now it's like, oh shit, I'm monetized and
But that
I'm making
that
100.
was the initial point of YouTube way back in the day. But
Yeah.
I'm only 3 years in. I hit 3 years in April, and I'm pushing 50. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
people flock to where there's value at. Now I know
Yeah.
box trucking and Corvettes is 2 different things, but it's hard for people in my niche to get 10,000 subs. I'm almost at 50 in 3 years, right?
Yeah. That's
You gotta get value. So in your niche, if you could provide value as far as like the cars, as far as the information you're giving, or maybe the visuals from an entertainment perspective, and just the car itself, people like Hellcats. And there's an older generation of boomers that are still around, Gen Xers, right? That love Corvettes,
Yeah.
especially those C5, C6, and C7s.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like a C7 Grand Sport better than I like a C8.
Yeah.
See, I know about Corvettes.
Yeah, you
You know,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, I bought my first C8 last spring, and I made that. That's the most money I made on one car, man. I made a lot of money on that one. I wish I could do that, more often for sure. Because usually it's like 2, 3, 4 grand a car. But when you can make those big ones, it's like, damn, like I'm on the right track.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think that's my main.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's my main problem. I think is I'm always trying to get like the big, huge hits. Like I don't want to do the, sell a bunch of cars and make 500,000 bucks each, even though I know it adds up. Like I don't want to do that because that's just that many more customers you got to mess with, right? And if something goes wrong, that's that many more chances you're going to get.
See, bro, you worried about all the wrong stuff, bro. You worried about the auction. You worried about customers. You worried about what happens after the date you sell them the car. You can't worry about that stuff. Just do good business, bro. Just do good business. You're not gonna please everybody. Eventually, you're gonna sell a car, and that's comes with being in the used car business, right?
Yeah.
Just do good business and move on. You're not gonna make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Do good business and move on. You know what I'm saying? But if you like cars and you love Corvettes, I would try, and you're already successful at it. There was no cars during the pandemic. Obviously, we know why. And you came back to it a couple of years later. That means you like doing it. So I would, and you're good at it. Obviously, I would build that out, bro. I would get rid of those fears, man.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some deep rooted fears I have. Is like I'm limiting my own success because of whatever reasons. Daddy was never there, I guess, to teach me the right ways.
You don't have many people to talk to that are business minded, do you? I could tell.
Nah, no.
I used to be like that. Well, I mean, whenever you want to talk, man, you can click the link, because I know what that feels like. When I was first starting, that's why I try to make myself. I'm not as accessible as I used to be because people piss me off. So I'm kind of in a mood right now where I just don't want to be bothered, right? But conversations like this, are refreshing. Like the conversation I had prior to this, that's what I'm used to dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's always good, to have a good conversation like this one, because now it evens it out, it balances it out. So I mean, if you ever want to talk about business, man, you can always click the link or come into Discord. I've never been a car salesman or sold cars at a car dealership, but I understand business, bro, and it just sounds like, you, like I said, you got some fears that you need to break, and I
Yeah.
guarantee you, if you stop worrying about all that stuff that you shouldn't be worried about in the first place, I think the floodgates are open for you.
I
That's what I
appreciate
think.
that. Yeah, I've got a couple buddies that actually they're trying to tap in with my dealership. So basically, I'm on that borderline of I have chances to where I can really blow, like, expand my business and basically have zero operating costs if I bring these two friends in. I'm just not sure if I'm just scared like something could happen. I don't know. Kind of random off topic there, but
It doesn't seem like you need partners. I'm not a proponent for partnership. If it's not
I
like
think
some
it's
multi-million billion dollar, what you're doing, what you need a partner for, bro. You have
right.
capital. You're doing it. I think you can manage it. What do you need to split the pie with anybody for? It's not. It's not. You're not to the point where you need people to help you in the business. For what do you need people for?
My only thinking is just like I said, it was slow the last couple months. So I was like, well, if they were in there, not only would that take care of all, it would pay for all my bills with the dealership, but also I could be making $300 a car off of their cars, off like the dock fee, on top of having no operating costs.
Are you
So
posting your
basically,
cars online
yeah.
all over? So like, where are you using like Car Guru and Cars.com and Yahoo Auto and shit like that, or?
Out here, everyone just uses either Facebook Marketplace or there's a news company that everybody uses called KSL.com.
So you're not putting your cars nationally. So if I search for a Kia 250, 300 miles or 400 miles out, I would see that's where you're missing out. People travel nowadays for a car. They'll pay
Well,
$800 to put a car
yeah.
on a
But
truck and have it
that's
delivered sight
the only reason I
unseen.
haven't done the only reason I haven't done that is because it's not ever a problem for me to sell a car. That's easy. That's the easy part. They always sell. It's just finding good deals on cars is literally the only puzzle to even operating a car dealership is where can I find a good car at a good price.
Where do you
That's literally
but
the
see,
key.
you're not open to buying your cars from auctions, and you're buying your cars locally. If you want to spend some money on anything, I go get a 3500 pickup truck and maybe a one, two, or three car trailer, and I'd be looking for cars everywhere. I'd be going to these different auctions all throughout the country. I'd be buying the cars. I'd be hauling them back to my lot myself, and I'd be selling them. All right,
I
that's what
actually
I would do
I
if I were you.
I do kind of do that. Like I've got an old truck and a flatbed trailer that I bought that, I'll go to like St. George and I'll go to Boise, they're both like 5 hours away. And like, that's about as far as I've gone so far to buy cars. But I do
Hmm.
that. Like I look for cars to buy, 4 or 5 hours in like a 4 or 5 hour circle from me. Like I said, buying the cars is the only hard part about being a dealer. Like they always sell themselves in a pretty quick amount of time. So just like if I could just find more cars to sell that I trust, like I don't want to buy no, like I'm pretty picky with my cars. So like if there's anything that's funky with it and that I can't fix myself, I don't really like to buy a car. They have to be pretty nice and clean for me to buy them. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
kind of
mean,
picky.
you're in already in, and you want to get into trucking. Like just sitting here brainstorming with you, you can get into auto transport. You're already buying cars. You just need to
Yeah.
break that fear of going to the auction, and then you can network at the auction, and then you can start hauling other people's cars. So if you're gonna get into any
Yeah.
form of trucking, you should get into auto transport.
Yeah.
And I
I
just
thought
thought of
about
that
that
just sitting here
too.
talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's two auctions, two big auctions within 30 minutes of my house. So yeah, if I could, I mean, there's a guy that I was watching that does do. He's got like I think like a 5 car, like an old ass F-250 that he tows these cars with, and he just hauls local runs every day. So that's why I was saying kind of earlier in the call. There's in the call. There's so many different options. in the trucking, it's like I keep getting pulled in different directions, wasting so much time watching. I've watched so many of your videos, dude, in the last 3 weeks. Like my
Mhm.
girlfriend's laughing at you in the background. She's like, "Who is this guy?" like it, and there's so many other channels too that you get pulled into, because like
Mhm.
I like your personality and just the way you talk to people. It's freaking hilarious. And
Appreciate it.
so, I find these other channels too that I start to like, and then it's like before you know it, I've been thinking about doing something in trucking for the last 6-12 months, and I'm nowhere even close to even trying to get something going with it. It's like I'm just wasting time thinking about it and watching tons of videos about it.
I would do auto transport. Now, I would absolutely, if I were you, if I were going to do anything as far as transportation, would be auto transport. Since you're already in the car business, I would break the fear of going to the auction. Go to the auction, and you'll be in a cesspool for networking your business. And I think auto transport, you can haul your cars, you can haul other people's cars. I think it's a no brainer for me. That's what I would do.
Would you think I could do that like as like a gig type of thing on the side, like do a couple, a
You
couple
could,
cars here and there like each
you
week,
could,
or are you saying?
you you could. I mean, you just gotta get out there and network. You gotta go to the auction. You got a trailer. People probably see the trailer and they'll probably ask you, "Hey, yeah, can you take this car? Can you drop it off? You got business cards, pass them out." Yeah, I think you could.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm just thinking is like, what can I use for fill-in income when cars are slow? That's kind of my main
You
thought
you
about
should be
everything.
going you should be going to the auction, and even if you're not going to buy cars, you should become a staple in there anyway because you're in the car business. So, and I think that's where you would network to if you did do the auto transport, where you would start building that's how you would start building your client list up.
Yeah,
But you can't be like what you are, like just scared and, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to buy from the auction. I worry that after I sell the car, what's gonna happen? Like,
right.
man, you gotta get out. You gotta get out here, man. Stuff is gonna happen, bro. Stuff is gonna
Yeah,
happen. I could tell you a bunch of stories of stuff happening, bro. As long as you have more sunny days and gloomy ones, as long as you have more green days than red, that's
yeah.
all
I
that
definitely,
matters.
I definitely have that, so I'm definitely thankful for that.
Yeah, so that's all that matters. But yeah, if I were to just listening to you, if I were to say any form of trucking, because you did mention that, man, there's so many niches. Which one do I go in? Based off what you're already in, I would absolutely positively go into auto transport. It's like you're right there anyway. So why not? To me, it's like a
Gotcha.
no brainer.
And are you talking about just doing like, getting one of those 5 car haulers, or are you talking about doing like the big league stuff?
No, you got a 3500 pickup truck,
No, I just
2500.
got. I no, I've just got an old an old Durango that's got a Hemi in it that it just tows one car.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely need a 3500.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely need something.
if you can get a 3 car, I would get a 3 car. If you got to start with a
Okay.
1 car, start with a 1 car. But you're gonna
Do
need
you
a
need a
thirty-five
CDL to
hundred.
do that?
If you're doing it commercially with a 3500 hauling cars, I believe you do. If you're doing
Okay,
it personally and you're hauling your personal cars, no.
gotcha.
If you get a 25, yeah, you still no. If you get, I don't know. I think with a 3500 with a pulling a 3 car, I think you need an authority. I don't think you need a CDL. I'm sorry. You said CDL.
Okay,
I'm thinking authority. I'm thinking
okay,
authority. You don't need a CDL to drive a 3500. If you're doing it
okay,
commercially, transporting cars, yes, you're gonna need an authority. You don't need a CDL.
got it.
So if you're gonna do it as a hustle, like you're saying, then obviously you're under the table. I don't know about auto transport, how it's governed, right? So when you're going on those highways and byways, depending on how far you're traveling, I don't know. I know a guy here that does it, and he doesn't have an authority, and he's been successful doing it for years. I'm not gonna say who it is, um, uh, but he doesn't have an authority, and he picks up from he picks up cars here from a luxury dealership, and he takes them to Atlanta for like a lot of the ball players and rappers. He has like a
Damn.
Ford F450. He has like two trailers. People from Chicago know what I'm talking about because he's pretty popular on social media.
Mhm.
And he delivers all the cars from like Joe Perillo here. And he takes them to Atlanta for like all the rappers, Lil Baby and the Migos and shit like that. And he's been doing it
Yeah.
successfully for years under the table. But he has a supreme clientele base. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I don't know, what your market is like. I don't know if you could get away with it, but I guess if you're starting it, as a hustle thing on the side, maybe one car trailer. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you can pull your cars when you need them, and
Yep.
when you meet people, you can offer them service too. Um,
Yeah, I literally have my Durango hooked up to my trailer just permanently. Like I've got my ramps in the back. Like is literally just sitting there. That's its only purpose is to go fetch cars, basically.
hmm Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't. I mean, you're already right there anyway in the car business, and you're already transporting. So I would just, if you want to come into transportation, I think that's the niche. I mean, you're already right there. You're already 25% in. So
Gotcha. Cool, man. Dang. Well, I really appreciate speaking with you today. I've been trying to like figure out when your lives were going, and I just hopped on YouTube to watch one of your old videos, and I saw you were live. I was like, oh, I definitely got to click on this. So I
yeah,
appreciate you
man.
bringing me.
I appreciate you being patient.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man.
Anything I'm missing? Anything I'm forgetting to ask?
I don't know what's in your brain. You got to tell me, bro.
Gotcha. Just something off topic. Do you know who that Roadrunner Nia chick is on YouTube?
I've seen her pop up in my algorithm. I don't know who she is.
I saw
I don't
her
know her
talking
personally.
recently about she gets $4 a mile to haul. Do you think that's legit?
I think because of her popularity, I think she gets opportunities that a regular
Yeah,
person doesn't get.
right. Because of
You know,
YouTube, basically.
because of her influence, right? So yeah,
Right.
it could be, indiscreet, marketing and promotion,
Right.
for all we know. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, she's a pretty sizable. I forgot. She's up there as far as subscribers. What is she at about now?
150K,
Yeah.
I
So,
think.
yeah. I mean, for a person like her, listen, man. Influencer, her size, and she's a woman. And I think I remember. I don't remember. She looked halfway decent.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
She gets all the opportunity.
Yeah.
here's
Oh,
four,
ugly.
here's
Yeah.
$4 a mile.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, it goes a
Mm-hmm.
long way for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let me fire off a couple random questions to you. How much are you seeing guys on average make on OTR box truck versus cargo van per week, gross?
Average box trucker right now about 3,500 a week. That's about the average anyway. Like a lot of these people on YouTube say, "Oh, I'm making 5, 6, 7, 8,000." No, they're lying.
Right.
And I'm going off the polls that I do. I do my own polls. I have a
Okay.
sizable channel, and when I do those
Yeah.
polls, that's the number that comes in percentage wise. That 3,000, 3,500.
Okay.
Um,
That's gross.
cargo. That's gross for the week. Now I got some
Okay.
cargo van guys that are week after week doing 4,000.
What? They make more?
But but here's the thing: those guys, because they're not held to the regulations
The-
of the box truck, they're running. So they're doing expedited stuff. So when I say they're running, they're running. They're running 20 hours, 18 hours. They're sleeping in the back of the van 2, 3 hours. They're getting back up. They're running. They haven't been home in 3, 4 months. I was just talking to one in my Discord last week. D Jenkins, I think he said he ain't been home in 3 months. I think he's
Yeah,
gotta
I
go
saw
home. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I saw that video. You were saying that people are just you turn your Discord off or something, you come back in the next morning, the people are in there falling asleep on their truck and shit.
And those are all the cargo van guys. So the cargo van guys, they'll be up like that was when I because for a while I was just letting my Discord run wild, but I've the past couple months I've kind of you know put a grip on it to kind of, but when I had left it open, it would have a shift. So there would be a shift of people in the day in those voice chat rooms, and then there would be a whole shift that came in the night. And that shift that came in the night was pretty much cargo van guys, 608 Freight, who's actually in here right now, Costa, um, D Jenkins, Shark, like all these guys. There are box truck guys in there too that run at night, but a lot of those guys that were in there at night were a lot of those um, cargo van guys. So yeah, they're hustling. They're hustling. They're driving. They're expedited. So it's
Yeah.
like they got to keep those wheels turning. So this is why they're able to do that. They're able to cover more ground than a box truck. Now, not everybody in a cargo van can do that. I've only seen a handful of guys that could do that. Get Robbed is another one who's doing $4,000 a week in a cargo van. He
Damn.
came through my network. He came to me, and I got him right on the business. Got him the van as far as what van to get, pointed him in the right direction of that, and then I handed him over to the expedited specialist in my Discord that got him right. That's making him $4,000 a week. A lot of people can't do that in a cargo van because they're not going to put the work in. They're not going to commit, right? That dedication to make that type of money. Most people ain't going to do it. These guys ain't home. But
So what would you say, let's say if somebody put in 40 hours a week in a box truck OTR versus 40 hours a week in a cargo van, how would the pay be then, do you think?
40 hours a week in a box truck, they
Yeah.
ain't.
Ain't enough? This ain't enough.
I mean, that's only 4 days. You missing a whole day.
So what's the normal, wait, so let me think.
There's so
40
many
hours a
hours
week.
you can drive, but you can drive more than that. So you can't look at it like that. You got to look
Oh,
at
okay.
the load. You got to look at the loads that you're booking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got to understand what your cost is to operate your truck. And then that's how you go out and shop for loads. Obviously, the difference of your cost versus the load that you're taking, right, is what ultimately is going to determine. You may catch a good load the beginning of the week after your reset. You know what I'm saying? You may catch a good little break. You know what I'm saying? Or you may take a load that pays good, for guys, let's say doing one pick, one drop. It may take two days to get that load done. You might be driving for a day and a half, 2 days. And then they're held to more regulations than the cargo van. They can only drive so many hours a day. They got to take breaks, right? They got to run a log. Whereas the cargo van guys don't have to do that shit. They can just run. You see what I'm saying?
So would you still say that like average your average box trucker over the road versus your average cargo van, like is it about the same amount of pay like in the end?
The person who's making $4,000 a week in a cargo van is not average. That's above average.
Okay.
That's above average.
So average cargo van is like $3,000 a week?
No. An average cargo van is about $1,500 to $2,500 a week.
Okay. And that's working what, 6 days a week?
Probably could be working 7.
Damn.
Because look, you got some dedicated routes that pay $1,500 a week for 5 days.
Damn.
If you go do like a dedicated, let's say like a Staples route or Office Depot route, you're getting paid off the pieces, right? So the piece count is going to fluctuate, and depending on the market, is going to determine what they're going to pay you per piece. It's some markets where they're getting 300 on average a day. Some markets where they're getting 200. So now that's 5 days. That's $1,000 right there.
Yeah.
And that's a 5-day a week contract. So now you supplement those evenings and those weekends. You see what I'm saying? So no, $1,500 to $2,500. The average box trucker, and I'm not going to debate nobody. People be like, oh no, because they hear what people say on YouTube. And that's bullshit. The average box trucker that's running on average, OTR is making about $3,000, $3,500 a week. You know,
that's gross. Right?
That's gross.
Oh wow. Okay. And what do you think net would be on that? Two
Now
grand maybe?
now to the people who out there, there are people that make more and there's people that make less. When you say these things, there are some idiots out there that think that's everybody. When we say average, that's average the majority. So an average person, and I do my own polls, 3,000, 3,500.
So
now, what was your
how
question?
different is so what would that be like? Obviously it depends on, you know, cost per mile or the CPM. Like, you know, what do you think the average person that would be net after expenses? $2,000 a week for your average box trucker?
No, if they're grossing 3,000, 3,500, no, they're not taking home no 2,000. They're taking home less than 1,000, if that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm only hearing, I swear everybody only talks about gross numbers on YouTube. Like, I see dude posting, making $100,000 a month with a 6 truck or whatever. I'm like, dude, you're only posting gross, and that does nothing for me anyway. Like, I want to hear the net after expenses. Gross, you know, that's only telling half the story to me.
It's a lot
But
of suckers. It's a lot, as you can see, it's a lot of suckers out here. And I'm not saying the guy who was on before you, I mean, he, you know, it is what it is, but there's a lot of him. The guy that was up before you, and I'm not exaggerating, most of the people in the chat will attest to this. I've been doing this a long time. So I'm telling you, his story, it wasn't, because I've seen stories worse than that doing content. 98% of the people in this industry are like him.
Damn. Just got bad deal after bad deal, huh?
Just not the deal, not as far as talking about where this is at as it comes to business in this industry, just business in general. You see where his mind was at? Yeah. That's majority of the people that come into this business. Majority. So if this ain't right, ain't shit, this is controls everything. Me doing this, my brain is sending a signal. So this controls everything. if this shit ain't right, ain't shit gonna be right. Most people ain't. This right here is what's fucking people up.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking me up right now too with the worrying about every little thing on every car itself.
No. You're dealing with like some type of OCD scary stuff. That shit that you worry about would be the farthest from my. If I'm selling a car as is, I'm not going to purposely sell lemons. I'm going to make sure that I'm not selling a lemon. And if I find out something that I have is a lemon, I'm going to have to take the L. Right?
Yeah.
But shit's going to happen, bro. So if you're going to be in the used car business, you got to understand that you're going to sell a car in a week. Something's going to be wrong with it. It's eventually going to happen. And there's going to be a customer that's going to call you and they're going to complain. And then you're going to have to say, man, you bought the car as is. You bought the car as is. You bought the car as is. And there's nothing, you got to stand on it.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that kind of stuff keep me up at night. I swear every time I sell a car, I'll be waking up at like 3 a.m. stressing about the car. Like, oh no, what if this happens? What if that happens? And I can't fall back asleep. Like I just, my brain.
Why do it then? Why put yourself through that agony? Why? Like,
because my brain just does it. I definitely don't enjoy it. It's like I'm torturing myself.
I don't know, bro. I wouldn't be worried about shit like that, to be honest with you. You're going to sell as is. Just do good business. Just do good business. And you'll be fine.
Like my brain is so paranoid that like I don't even leave cars at my office. I'm so paranoid that like, what if somebody's car broke down last month and they're going to go over there and key all my cars up? Like, I'm that paranoid. I have my cars only at my house.
You got insurance,
That's how bad
don't you?
it is. Liability only.
Liability only?
Yep. Do you know how much it is? Yeah, I'm selling Corvettes with liability. Yep. What was the
Wh-
question?
wh- So okay, so you have a lot, right? You have a lot, right?
I have a retail location. Yeah, I have a place to park cars at a business. Yeah,
And is that where you sell them when you show the cars? Is that where they come to look at the car?
yeah. I'll meet them and like I have to sign the papers there, but like I'll keep the cars at my house. I'll
And
just meet them over there.
you only have liability on these cars?
Yeah, that's why I keep them at my house.
So
Keep them. I keep safe.
Are these
Hmm.
Corvettes in mint condition?
Yeah.
And you got C5, C6s, and C7s.
Yep. I sold a C8 last year for 70 grand.
And you only had
Don't curse me,
liability on
Mark.
it.
Don't curse me, Mark. Don't curse me.
Yeah, bro. Like you're tripping, bro.
I'm just really careful, man. Like, dude, I paid Geico over the years, literally, probably. I think I added it up one day. I paid those mother effers. It was a lot, dude. It's like well over 100 grand, and I never even called them for a free windshield. I paid those guys year after year after year.
Oh man, here you go on some
I'm not trying
CJ
to curse
shit.
myself. I'm
Nah,
not
bro.
trying to curse
Listen,
myself.
insurance is just the cost of doing business, bro. It's
Oh, I
just the
mean, I
cost of
have
doing business.
insurance. I have insurance. It's just liability, though.
You got
Yep.
C6s, C7s.
Yep. Look, I got this Mercedes right here. Liability only, baby.
Do you
Don't
got
curse
full
me, Mark.
coverage? Do you got full coverage on your cars? Your personal
I don't
cars?
have any cars. I drive only dealer cars.
Oh, okay. That's smart.
But I mean, I only drive 4 miles a day to the gym. I sit at home all day. I'm not out and about everywhere. Well, other than if I'm doing Uber, then I'm driving this little turd. I got a
Okay.
little. I just bought that Kia the other day, $5,000.
Well, you got full. You have to have full insurance on that if you're doing Uber, right? They
No,
make you have full.
no,
Uber
no,
doesn't make you put full coverage on it.
nope.
So if you get into an accident and you're
Yep.
at and the other person is at fault and
Then
I'm
their
in the back
insurance
seat of
will
your
pay for it.
car, but what if it doesn't?
What if what doesn't?
What if the insurance don't pay
That
for it?
that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about Uber, dude, is like it's a ripoff. Like their insurance, they take so much money out of your rides for quote unquote insurance. But dude, a lot of people don't know if you don't have full coverage on your own car, you're screwed if something happens. You're literally screwed. That's why I only have this little cheapo little tiny car. Like if something happens, like okay, it happens. You know what I mean? You don't be driving no nice ass car on Uber because you don't make a cent more than you do if I'm driving this old Kia. You know what I mean? So
If I were you,
just
I
to
wouldn't
let
be driving Uber because if someone hits you and their insurance doesn't cover it, they're gonna
yeah,
come after you. They're gonna come after you personally.
no.
Why
If they
not?
hit me,
Listen, hit and runs. I listen. I forgot you in Utah. Listen here, hitting. If someone hits you, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna keep going. Right?
damn,
Nobody stops at red lights here. Like a red light is like a
damn,
green light here. I swear to God, I'm
right,
not exaggerating. So if someone hits you here,
yeah,
they're going 9 times out of 10, they're gonna keep going, and then you might not want to pull over because they could be hitting you on purpose so that you can get out so they could carjack you. Right? So now in a
yeah,
situation like that, you're gonna have to pay. You know what I'm saying? If you got a passenger, I know you're in a different market and shit like this probably don't happen in Utah. But let's say for some strange reason,
right,
a driller from Chicago happened to move to Salt Lake City with a Chicago mentality,
yeah,
and he just rear ends you real hard and just decided, you know what? Screw these middle Americans, man. I'm gonna keep going. And the
yeah,
person in the back claiming they got whiplash or they go to the hospital, they know how the game is played. Even though it might have been a
yeah,
little love tap, they know,
yeah.
yeah, call the ambulance.
Oh
Call
no,
the
Uber's got
ambulance.
them covered.
Huh?
Uber has huge coverage for the passengers that are in my car. Huge. So they got them covered.
So there's no way
And
they
they
can
got
come
me
after
covered.
you.
The main issue would be my car would be that's on me. That's my car. if you didn't get a plate to go catch them, like my car is just fucked, and that's why I just drive a cheap ass Kia when I'm doing Uber. You know what I mean? But like as far as bodily coverage, yeah, Uber has, I think it's like $1 million per person, some shit like that. It's a big amount. So I see when you say full coverage, I'm talking about just for the car, not for the people,
Full
not for
coverage covers the car, and it covers whatever the ratio is for like accident, bodily injury, medical.
yeah. So when I'm talking liability, I'm not talking about for people like bodily injury and all that. I'm just talking about for the actual car.
You're talking about
Yeah, there's
liability
definitely
liability is for the other person's car.
right. Yes.
So your car, you're on
So
your own.
yes. Yep.
But I'm saying if you get into an accident, or if they get into
Mhm.
an accident and their insurance doesn't cover for whatever reason, or you get into an accident at fault, you're still. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but a person still could come after you personally because you're an independent contractor driving for Uber under your personal name. It's America. Anybody can get sued for anything. So
That's
technically,
true.
they can't sue you. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
why would they do that though? They could just take Uber's insurance and
And I'm going to tell you because I know we live on two different.
right.
I've been sued before.
Yeah,
All right,
I have too.
people. You could get into an accident and it could be as soft as this.
Right.
They know the protocol. They're going to get in the ambulance. They're going to go. They're going to complain. And they're going to go find 1-800 guy injured, and they're going to come after you. The guy that sued me, nothing was wrong with him. My lawyer said, yeah, he got 3 cases open. He got one open right now at Home Depot. He got one at Best Buy, and he's had 10 other ones of these lawsuits. There's people that look for these opportunities and then they take advantage of them when they happen. There's people like that, man. It's messed up out here right now. So why would they do it? To get money. That's a $10,000 check.
That's true. I mean, I heard something on the radio the other day. They were advertising. They were like, were you ever groped by your Uber driver? It doesn't matter. You don't have to use your name. It doesn't matter if it was 5 years ago. Call us today for your lawsuit or some shit like that. I was like, oh my God, dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
You don't even need your name. Just call in and make some fake ass complaint. That's crazy.
Yep.
I couldn't believe I heard that. I was like, ugh.
Hey man,
It's
you gotta go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of risk and low reward if you guys are out here doing this Uber thing. I'm telling you right now.
I don't know why you out there. I think you could be doing other things more productive with your time, especially with the resources that you have.
Yeah, sometimes I do I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? But
5
in a
hours
weird
for
way,
5 hours for $100, bro.
that's about what it is. Yeah, it's not that good. But the way I look at it is like, hey, that's $100 more bucks I had today than I would have had if I just sat my ass at home.
That's a blessing, right? Thank God for that. But with what you have already, right?
Yeah.
And just the business acumen that I've gotten from having this conversation with you, you're thinking too small, big dog.
Yeah.
You want to make more. You want to make more, but 2 things are holding you back. You're scared of everything, and you think it's too small.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with you on that.
So
for whatever reason, I don't know why I do it, but maybe just because, like you said earlier, I don't need it, so it's like I'm not really that hungry for it. So I'm kind of just, it's like I'll make a good chunk of money and then I'll coast for a little bit. It's kind of how I feel. Like I get lazy for a month or two.
You can't do that in business. You can't do that, bro. See, you. Let me ask you a question. Did you grow up privileged?
No.
You didn't grow up entitled?
Nope. No, I was broke. I grew up with a single mom, 2 kids. My dad never paid. My dad was a drug addict and he's dead. Like he was never around. I worked at McDonald's when I was 17, dropped out of high school.
Well, why you act so privileged? Because you act.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I appreciate you calling that out. I don't feel like I do, but I mean, I only know what I see.
You
I
you
feel like
said
it's more of
you said you make a little money and then you start coasting. I've done
right,
like I listen. I live like this. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I need it all. You could be
mm,
up today and down tomorrow, and it could be something that could be beyond your control. I need it all because I don't know I don't know what's to come. I know what it's like to not have. I know what it's like to, like my 20s was a roller coaster.
yeah,
I had, then I didn't have, and I had, and I didn't have, I had, I didn't have because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
back then, it was a lot different than it is now. And then I got led to this. Like I never planned on being and moving or final mount trucking, none of that. That was never a plan of mine. I 100% believe God led uh led me to this. But even right now, today, I'm always chasing the bag. Not how I had to chase the bag, right? As far as
right,
being out, I'm like you. I have resources. I know how to move the money. The
right,
money is you can look at it like a soldier sending them out to go recruit more soldiers. You could look at it like a hoe. You could look at it like a hoe, and you pimping them. Every dollar is a different prostitute, and I'm sending them out to go recruit some more prostitutes and bring back some money. However you want to look at it, big dog. I'm just making
yeah,
it a little entertaining for the audience. All right. I couldn't do that back in the day because I didn't have the resources that I have now and the mindset.
yeah,
You have the resources and you got the mindset, you just scared. 5 hours that driving around for $100 with the resources and the mindset you have, you should easily be making $100+ an hour.
yeah. But why don't I then? Because
You
I'm
just said
entitled,
it.
or what?
You make some money and then you start coasting. You don't have that your background, you should be a lot more hungry. Even when you make money, that money
Yeah,
should want you to go make more money because you should never forget where you came from. See, me, I don't never forget where I came from because I know
yeah,
I could easily go back there. One bad mistake, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman. I could make
yeah,
one bad business deal. And
yeah.
I understand that, right? Anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen. But I always remember, that's why I tell everybody, especially the young guys, whatever your darkest moment was, like financially, you were down to your last and you just broke and you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know where to turn. Before you make any large business decision, think about that time. And I guarantee you, thinking about that time is going to give you the answers on what you need to do. Should you make this decision? Should you purchase or should you purchase this? You see what I'm saying? So you should always be hungry. Normally, when people say they make some money and then they get lax, those are people who come from privilege or entitled. That's why I asked you. But the story you told me, you should be hungry. You should be
I think it,
absolutely positively hungry.
I think instead of like, see, to me, I feel like it's more like laziness versus privileged mindset. You know what I mean? Like because like I don't have like a ton of bills. My girlfriend lives here; she pays half rent. Like I don't really need to make a lot, right? So it's like I feel like that's why it's like I'll make a
Bro.
good chunk, and then I'm like, I'm chilling, man. Like I don't want to go do this shit.
You make your girl pay half the bills, big dog.
Hey, she's a baller, man. She's a baller. She probably make more than me actually.
Hey man, hey man, go find you something to do, bro. Go listen, man, listen, man. Listen, you could easily be making 100+. You could be making $1,000 a day, bro.
I probably could, yeah, if I
All right,
really wanted to turn that.
stop being lazy, big dog. Find you something that you like doing. You like the car thing. Spend your days
Yeah,
building out your car business. Do the ramp up your content thing. Like that business, you can make money. I'm thinking of 4 ways right now you can make money just from
yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Just making some tweaks.
You ain't got shit else to do. You ain't got nothing to do. What are you,
It's
like,
true,
why are
man.
you out driving Uber for 5 hours? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you, like it'd be different if you had to do that. You don't. You got 6 G's in the bank. I mean, six figures in the bank. What are you out driving to keep busy? You could be. Listen, those 5 hours that you're out driving for $100. If you did that 5 days, 5 hours for $100, 5 days this week. If you spent those same 5 hours researching, you'll make that money back 100 times over sooner than you think. If you take those 20 hours away and commit to 20 hours of research, I guarantee you that $500 you lost it won't even measure, bro. It won't even measure.
Say research, what do you mean by like research about what? Because I'm always watching YouTube videos. Is that not what you're talking about?
Research and brainstorming how to take what you already have that's already in motion and how to turn it up.
Yeah.
You're giving your time that you don't have to. It's not like you have to do it, bro. Yeah. It'd be different if you had to do it. My conversation with you would be different. You don't have to do that. Your time those 20 hours should become, you should be brainstorming to turn up what you already got going on. You don't gotta go out and make that $100. That $100 ain't doing nothing for you.
No,
you're just trying to find something to do. Man, turn your YouTube channel up. The Corvette channel, you need to turn that shit up. Right? For real. You need to stop being scared. Go get you some more cars. Increase your stock on your cars. Go to the auction. Network at the auction. Get the car moving business as far as the auto transport business rolling. Because then now that's more content for the channel.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, man. What are you talking about, man? You lazy. Man, get out of here, bro. We don't want to hear that word. I don't like that word, bro.
I know you don't, man.
I don't care if you had gazillion, million, gazabillion dollars, infinity money. Never be lazy. Always chase it, bro.
Yeah, that's probably one of my main flaws is the laziness kicks in. I definitely think that's it for sure.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of laziness. What are you talking about, bro? I ran 3K. I went to the shop, got my hair, got a line in, came back, did another 45 minutes in the gym. Now I'm here. Yeah. In the morning, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna run 3 miles. Tomorrow evening, I'm gonna go to the gym. It's leg day. In the middle of the day, I'm gonna work on some ideas for content. What you talking about? Lazy, big dog? We ain't lazy around here.
Yeah, I know. I guess over here in Utah, I get down a little different.
Yeah, man. See, that's that middle American living, man. See, y'all. Yeah, see, I'm from a big city, man. We chasing it every day. Every day. Yeah. I can make 50,000 tomorrow. Tuesday, I'm Tuesday. I'm chasing it like I'm broke, dirty, starving, and gangbanging. Like I ain't got a pot to piss in, nor a window to throw it out of. I'm always looking for. I'm always sending them soldiers out to recruit more soldiers. I'm looking, man. I'm looking for all the opportunity. I want the market to crash. I want this person to fail so I can buy his assets. I need you to go do some dumb shit. That lazy shit, that's what'll get you to lose all your assets. And then a guy like me gonna come buy your shit. I'm gonna come buy your shit because you didn't do what was in your best interest. You're gonna have to sell me your shit for a fraction of a dollar. I'm gonna take advantage of your misfortune. I'm gonna talk to you. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, I'll take it off your hands. I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna butter you up. But the whole time I know I'm lubing you up because I'm giving you a little bit of money, and I'm gonna go tell that shit for double, big dog, because you was lazy.
Yeah, That's definitely my issue. I need to fix that pretty soon here because I'm getting older, man. The energy be running out a little bit. Like I'm not lazy. Obviously, I work out every damn day. Like fitness, I'm not lazy, but business, I get that business
Bro, my
lazy.
mind is always working. Always working. My mind is listen, if see, that's why when you need to decide if you're a real entrepreneur or not. Because if you're a real
Right.
entrepreneur, your brain is racing every day. You always thinking about money, you always thinking about business. A real entrepreneur is always thinking about business, is always thinking about money. If your brain isn't consumed majority of the time that you woke about business opportunities, I don't know what to tell you, big dog.
I think a lot of, I mean, it is like I watch channels like you all the time. You know, I spend a lot of money watching videos like this on a lot of time watching videos like yours and other people, you know, just thinking of different things that I could try. But then I'm like, it's probably going to lead me back to doing cars in the end, is probably what's
Your
because I've
shit
done
is
this for 20 years.
your shit is right there. You've been doing this 20 years and you selling one car at a time, bro. You got 2 YouTube channels that have been YouTube channels for 10 years and you're just not getting monetized. You're not putting maximum effort into anything.
No.
Listen, for 3 years on this YouTube channel, and people that have been following this channel since the beginning knows I got 1.1 thousand videos in 3 years. Right? I put a lot of live streams, a lot of
Yeah,
videos, bro. Now
a lot.
it's on easy mode. I'm just finally a profitable channel. I've been running this channel for 3 years at a loss. I'm just now turning, and not with monetization. I finally got landed a couple sponsorships. It took 3
Oh,
years
cool.
of work, but I was here, and not only was I here for the community when everybody else left them, when
Yeah.
the trucking flipped and all their favorite people left them because they took them on a ride and fucked them, right? Mark was still here.
Yep.
When the market went this way, I was still here, right?
Hmm.
So, and then I you get value, right?
Yeah.
It took time. A lot of days I didn't want to do it. That's why now I don't have a consistent, I'm going to do a call and show every Sunday. But when I was building the channel, I did a stream every Tuesday. We did the Wiseman every Monday. I had a Thursday podcast and I did a Sunday show. And then I did videos in between. I did this consistently for damn 3 years. Anything you do, whether you're doing it for fun, you're doing it for business, you're doing it to make money, you should give it your all. You're never going to see the maximum results unless you put the effort in. You cannot be lazy, bro. So you're half-assing that auto business. You could be
I
doing
don't
way
even think
more.
I don't think I'm even half. I'm less than half.
Right. So you're looking for
Yeah.
some other shit to half-ass. If you're gonna
Yeah.
like, if you want to build something, just stop half-assing what you have and
Yeah.
and put more time and effort into that.
I agree. I
You
agree
got you
100%.
got a Corvette channel that just got monetized 10 years later, bro. You should have in 10 years Corvette channel, you should have 1 million subscribers, bro. Corvette?
Well, I guess what I mean by that is like, you know, I wasn't really putting videos on there to build the channel. It was like I said earlier, it was just to store car videos, random car videos. Then I was like, I started finding out about monetization and all that shit. Then I was like, okay, well, then I started doing, you know, started putting out content versus storing car racing videos on the internet. You know what I mean? So, but now it's just like, why am I not cranking out the videos? Like, I know I can get, you know, I can crank the YouTube stuff up for sure.
Crank it out,
Like
bro.
YouTube, yeah, I just need to crank up the volume pretty much. Like,
Listen. If you don't now, you already said, people came in after you and they've surpassed you by hundreds of thousands of people.
yeah,
I think right now, as far as the content, this is it because it's getting tougher. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This is
yeah,
it. If you're not in now, it's going to be tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher for a person to get in and catch
yeah,
some type of momentum. If you have an aged grandfather channel, You
Yeah.
need to take advantage of that. Do what you're doing, right? Continue to do what you're doing. Turn it up some more, right? Because
Yeah.
you're not. I'm gonna say half-assing it, but I don't know what the word is for less than half-assing it. But let's say half-assing it,
All
and
right.
then you should be supplementing that with the content. You need to go to the auctions. You need to always have your camera with you. You need to have your trailer, and you need to make money with your trailer too. Your trailer, your content, and more cars.
Okay.
You need to put your cars more than just Facebook Marketplace too. Put your shit on
Mhm.
cars, put your shit on Yahoo Auto, put your shit on every single thing, right? And open it up because people will travel to buy cars. People travel cross country to get cars all the time.
Yeah. I've done it plenty of times myself. I went to Philly once for a car.
Yeah, so if you've gone to cars, why aren't you listing the cars that you have for sale for everybody in the country? Why, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What you? Yeah, man. Come on, man. There's money out here, man. It's out here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I just need to put more time into stop being so lazy and maybe probably stop doing Uber and start cranking out more videos is probably the best move.
How are you not lazy to do Uber, but you're lazy for shit that could make you a lot more money than Uber?
I have no idea about that. That's what's kind of stupid and funny at the same time about the whole thing. It's like, dude, I added up how much I made just off those two cars. I'm like, dude, I would have had to drive Uber for like 6 months as much as it took me to make off two car sales. Like, what the hell am I doing here?
Right. So the time that you're spending 5 hours a day doing that shit, you could be
Yep.
working on what makes the money.
Yeah.
We just figured out 3 other ways to make money off of what you're doing.
Yep.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. I think
Step
I'm
it up.
just kind of flailing a little bit. So yeah, I need to lock it in. It sounds like for sure. But
Step
yeah,
it up.
you've given me some good ideas, man. I appreciate you.
It's all good, big dog. Man, check in with me, man. Let me know how you doing, man.
I will for sure, and I'll keep watching your videos too. I love watching your shit. It's funny, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for
All
calling
right,
in.
dude. Yeah. Have a good one, Mark. Thanks, buddy.
All right. All right, you too, man. Later.
Later, man.
Yep.
Warning, the following content
All right, man. I think there was one more person in the back. If she wants to call up, if she's still watching, I saw Sharon. She hung up. I got a new segment though that I want to roll out. Normally on these call-in shows, there's like gaps between people calling, but I haven't done one in 3 weeks. So there were some people that were waiting to talk to me. There were some people that called up that were in the back. I remember Sharon. I couldn't remember the other people's names. I'll talk to one more person. First come, first serve. But I do got a new segment that I want to unveil today, and it's something that I get a lot of, and I'm just going to take advantage of the dumb shit people put. And I've come up with something because I'm a creative person, and it's called
Yo, goof ass. Goofy as hell.
it is the Goofy Comment of the Week award. And the first ever Goofy Comment of the Week is going to go to a guy by the name of Mecca Films. Right here, Mecca Films. Mecca Films, you are officially the first Goofy Comment of the Week award. All right. So yesterday I put out a video. Shout out to everybody that watched the video. It was a guy who came up, bought a box truck, and in the monologue when he was talking to me, he said, "Man, I'm struggling. I don't really know. It's like I'm not making money, blah blah blah." So he didn't know what he was doing. So y'all already know how I'm coming with it, bro. I asked him a few questions. What does it cost? He said, "Mark, that's what I don't know. That's why I'm here. I watch your content. I need you to just get me together," right? And that's what I did, right? So this retard, Mecca Films, you are a goofy. Where's my buttons at? With your goofy ass.
Goofy as hell.
All right, so you gonna put 28 minutes of zero advice. All I heard was you need to know how much you spent and what your cost is. That's all basic stuff. Next time, instead of lecturing, give the bro some advice. Listen to how stupid that sounds. Next time, instead of lecturing, get a bro some advice and help him follow a blueprint on how he can become a lot more successful. Nobody trying to hear financial advice. If I wanted to hear all that, I would listen to direct. Let me tell you how stupid you are. Me explaining to him why understanding his costs is important and how that's ultimately going to make him successful when it comes to booking loads, that's not financial advice. That's me giving him advice on business and why it's important to know what it costs him to run his business, because he doesn't know what loads to pick. There was a guy that came in the chat and said, I think it was Lou Jackson, and said, hey, as long as you keep it at $2 a mile, you'll be fine. And I pulled that comment up and I said, see, shit like this is what'll keep you fucked up out here. Because how do you know that? $2 for you may be good for one person, but it may not be good for the next person. How do you know if $2 a mile is good? You don't know that unless you know what it's costing you run your business. What if your operational cost is $2 a mile? So how's $2 a mile good? So now this fool says 28 minutes. All I heard was you need to know how much you spent, because that's what he needed to hear. You cannot be successful in any business if you don't know what it's costing you to operate. Fool. You are a goofy. Why are you coming in my comments with this goofy shit? That's all basic stuff. Well, let me check this out. I should say. It is basic shit. And most people, 98, 99% of the people that come into this business don't understand they should know what it costs them to run their business. And Mecca Films, clearly you don't understand it, because if you did, you would know the importance of what I said and you wouldn't have made this goofy ass comment. You wouldn't have made this dumb ass comment. This is probably, and I'm glad you're the first goofy comment of the week, because this is probably the top 3 most dumbest comment I ever seen on this channel. Top 3 most dumbest. I didn't tell the buddy to what stocks to invest in. I didn't tell him about crypto. I didn't tell him about the housing market. I didn't give him any financial advice. If you think me explaining to him the importance of understanding costs as it pertains to booking loads as financial advice, you are 100% absolutely going to fail if you come into this business. And if you in this business already, you on the brink of failure. See, your favorite content creators, they not going to tell you this shit. They ain't going to keep it funky with you. And you got the mindset of a person who think they can come into this business with $3,000. You's a fool. And because of that, you get the first ever Goofy Comment of the Week award. All right. So congratulations, Mecca Films. You are the first Goofy Comment of the week. All right, so let it be known going forward. Every week I'm going to pluck one out of thin air. All right? All right, so is Sharon still here? Sharon, you can go ahead and call up. I'll take one more caller. Shout out to the sponsor of this episode of the Call-In Show, Log Rock. Shout out to Rock Financial. Anybody else want to call in? We'll take one more. Shout out to Creative Investor in the building. I see 608 Freight. Shout out to Sosa Not Sammy. What's going on? T-Bone Talks. Shout out to M. Jackson. Shout out to M. Jackson in the building. Who won the game? Who won the game? Did OKC win? Did OKC win the game? OKC won? I wonder if I put a little parlay on it, man. I wonder if I won. I'll check when I get off the stream. Any more callers? I'll take one more. Oops. I'll take one more caller. Y'all Gucci? Said been a minute, been rolling, hope all is well, bro. Jay-Z put a few mil on it. Oh, he put a few mil on the game? That's what's up. Yes, we should. Take one more caller. We got 2 down. I'll take one more. I think tonight was a pretty good show. What time is it? 10:30. I think it was a pretty good show. I may just call it. Anybody? I think that lady that was in the back, I think she might have turned off. There's a few people in the back that was waiting. Shout out to Straight Mopar, T Beezy, Bay Sama, what up? Jason Rowland, what's going on? Yes, sir, ski. Yeah, sure, ski. All right, man. I don't think nobody else gonna call up. I think we hit. I just told bro exactly what you needed to hear all the time. Yeah. I think we had 2 good calls tonight. Had one very entertaining one, and the other one was a good educational one, I think, as far as advice, brainstorming. It was a good balance tonight. Because if I would have got another one like the first one, man, I don't know. I'd probably be tweaking up here, bro. For real. It was a good balance tonight. Let's make sure I got everybody. Yeah, it was some lady I saw in the comments. I'm trying to find it. Shout out to Marie. Where was that at? I saw some lady, because she came in the back. This lady, Sharon Florence. Fosco, yo Mark, long time no see. Oh, Sharon said, oh Lord, yeah, I want to talk to Sharon. Sharon said her truck been sitting and she looking in the government contracting. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. I don't think she watching no more. She was in the back. Yeah. She said her truck been sitting and she looking at government contracting. Wow. Why everybody why does everybody, I still have yet to meet one person on YouTube with a government contract. Like, why do y'all think that shit is like, I know your favorite content creators say, oh, you can get a government contract, you gonna make a gazillion dollars. And I don't think people really understand the landscape of what it takes to acquire a government contract. Like, it's people out here that really think they can land a government contract with their one little box truck. That shit don't even make sense, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. I just, all right, y'all. I think that's gonna be it. We just did 2 good ones tonight. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. Click the link in the description for Log Rock if you need insurance. If you need business funding, there's a link in the description for Rock Financial. Both of them are sponsoring the channel. Other than that, man, I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.